In this week's episode, we're back after a brief hiatus for Diggs to have his long-awaited and much-talked-about surgery. How did it go? Does he still have a tube hanging out of him? Did he even live? Well, if he did, he'd know that San Diego Comic-Con was this past weekend, and it was jam-packed full of big announcements as usual. We've got news about DuckTales, Star Wars, and Kim Possible. Bing Bong's is now open at DCA, but they've somehow forgotten the sweets. Also, Gravity Falls on Blu-ray, Bugs Land's closing date, the James Gunn controversy, and more on this deleted episode of the MousePIRE Podcast.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Diggs.
I'm Tim.
I'm Dan.
Welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Disney, Star Wars, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MousePIRE Podcast.
Hey, what's going on? Uh-oh.
The apprentice lives.
What is this?
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
Think of me how to show up.
You never had a friend like me.
Some imagination, huh?
Made you look.
Happy what?
Birthday!
It is my birthday.
Last week was Disneyland's birthday.
No.
Monday's my birthday.
Well, we're not talking about your birthday. We're not talking about Disneyland's birthday. We're
What are you talking about?
I feel so loved. Thanks.
We're talking about our
The
birthday.
most important birthday of all.
Yeah, ours.
MousePIRE's birthday.
That is not a birthday. That is an anniversary.
No, it's a birth.
Your anniversary.
You weren't here for the birth.
Well,
Hold on. MousePIRE still a thing?
Who birthed it?
You.
Whose
It was-
vajayjay did it come out of?
It was ugly. Right?
Was it
ugly.
Anthony's vajayjay?
Anyway, yes.
Wait. You watch Oprah, huh?
Yeah,
That's where that came from.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
lies.
That
I
is from,
don't,
straight
actually.
from Oprah.
That's what happens when you're not at the park, huh? Watch reruns of Oprah.
No. Reruns of
That's the
Oprah.
only place I've heard that mentioned.
Vajayjay?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I
yeah,
thought that was like
okay,
the appropriate
okay, yes. MousePIRE. We are 3, and if you listen,
We're still toddlers.
we are toddlers, and if you hear Anthony's rant, you can tell, yeah, we're 3.
Hey, you know what that means?
What?
Gotta pay to get into Disneyland.
That's bullcrap.
Maybe we can fake it another year or two.
Wait, what about my
Wowzers.
rant? What does that have to do with us being 3?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, MousePIRE is 3 years old, and
Happy birthday to us.
yes, happy birthday, happy, and
We're still here.
there's no cake.
I thought you told me you were going to pop out of a cake.
No.
Oh, no one wanted to see that anymore.
I mean, they were the only ones here that,
You
so we-
specifically said you wanted to spork Dan.
I think
Now, we come to the conclusion that Tim has lots of issues,
yeah, totally.
Well,
lots of
Lots
issues.
of tens of
So I don't know where this came from or anything, but
I mean, the
that's
fact that he's sitting here trying to podcast with us while he's looking at random pictures of who knows what,
Yeah,
just his
I'm random.
all right. So anyway, yeah, it's our birthday. We're 3, and yeah, we have a lot of more years hopefully ahead of us, and more rants coming Anthony's way.
There's
And,
only tubes in some of us, and
yeah, we'll talk about some tubes
canes,
and-
and all whatever.
I had a cane.
Walkers.
No, I didn't have a walker.
No,
I haven't had to use my cane in a while. He had a cane.
Yeah,
You're not using it?
he still has a bag.
I still have a bag, so I did have my
Yeah,
surgery.
so bag update number 23.
So I had my surgery on Friday the 13th.
How'd that work out
Did
for
it work?
you?
Yeah, did it work out?
It worked. I'm here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, but he still has a bag. What does that say about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, yeah, I had the surgery. Went in there, checked in. I was lucky that I was case number 1.
First thing in the morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was there 6 a.m. Checked in.
7:30 a.m. Right?
I think my surgery was at 8.
Okay.
I checked in, but there was like tons of people already checked in before me. I go into the pre-op and I, change into the gown. There's like, there's probably about 5 or 6 people in there already waiting for their surgeries. And I was the first one to be wheeled into the operation room.
Priority.
So
they knew your birthday was coming.
They knew something was coming. Yeah. So,
are there any pictures of you in the gown?
There's a picture of me in the hospital.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I got in there and they rattled.
You have to DM him for those.
Yes.
Okay.
I got a little scared because, they asked me to move over to the operation table or whatever. So I move over, and then the first thing they did was they put one arm one way, the other arm the other way, and they strapped me down, dude. I was like, what the?
Well, I was going to make a joke there, but it's
at least wait till I pass out to strap me down.
I was thinking the same thing, too. So they put the big old mask on me, and they're all...
Then it was night-night?
I was gone. I literally thought it was just oxygen at the beginning. I didn't know they were already throwing me some gas to knock me out, and I was gone. So...
You passed some quick gas.
Exactly. And I woke up in the recovery room, and they're waking me up, say, you did fine, you did good, this and this and that. And, before that, while I was in the pre-op, the anesthesiologist came over to talk to me, told me that they were going to put a tube into my throat to breathe. I didn't know that was going to happen. I was told that in case when they were taking out the gallbladder, a gallstone was happened to go into my intestine, that they would have to put a tube in my mouth and go in that way to take it out. So I was, okay, I didn't want that to happen. Then he told me, yeah, we're going to put this tube in you, it's going to breathe for you. I was scared. I was like, what the hell?
Maybe you didn't feel it at all, did you?
That's normal.
Well, he said, you'll be fine. But the thing that really scared me is the fact that he said, well, I'm going to wake you up when we're done. I'm going to wake you up. And as soon as I see you're awake and you're
lucid,
you're responding,
yeah,
I'm going to pull the tube out.
Oh, that's nice.
It's like, what?
Wait to pull it out till I can feel it.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I was lucky. I woke up in recovery. There was no tube in my mouth.
Good.
I did have a sore throat for a few days, but I was...
Yeah. Maybe you did have it down here and they just didn't wake you up.
No, they did put the tube in my throat.
Yeah. They took it out before you were awake.
They took it out, before I woke up. Okay. So I was happy with that.
Because the sore throat is the indicator of that.
Yeah. So, like I said, Elizabeth, my throat was sore for about 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, that happened to my wife, too. When she got her
you know what makes your mouth not sore? That.
What is that?
It's a steak.
Ooh, I see that bread right there.
I know. The bread, too.
Cheese bread.
Ooh, I can't have that yet. So anyway, yeah, everything went great. I'm happy.
Just for reference, yes, that was your picture, Fernando.
and I do have a tube again in me, which I'm not happy with.
But temporarily.
Hopefully, we'll see what happens on Thursday. I go back for my checkup. The only thing I don't like is they actually took it out of the area where it was before, and they decided to put another hole in me.
Well, you're holy now.
I am very holy around this area over here.
He's pointing to his lower right abdomen.
Exactly.
This is not a visual podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I have all these holes in me. I have staples in me still, and I sent a picture to
staples.
I sent a picture to Anthony of my staples. I said, "Hey, I took the galls off, and look what I found." So we'll see what happens.
Ew.
We'll see what happens on Thursday. Hopefully, they yank this out on Thursday. I'm not looking forward to it because I heard it hurts. And when I was in the hospital, the surgeon team came in to look and check me over, and I guess they want me from the tube, from where it is in the stomach, they want me to like squeeze it and like, I guess I don't know what they want me to do.
I threw up in my mouth a little.
And you know what? When that guy did it, I said, dude, this shit hurts. You think I'm gonna do this? No, I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna leave it the way it is and leave it alone.
Oh, that's it. Complicate yourself.
Exactly. But yeah, we'll see what happens Thursday. Hopefully they take it out and I get these staples taken out and I can sleep on my side again. All I do is sleep on my back and my back's killing me.
How do you keep from rolling over?
I can tilt on my left side.
Yeah, no. How do you physically stop it during like REM and stuff? Oh, big word.
Calm down.
It just happens. Like
Okay.
maybe I feel the pain or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, hey, it's all good. I'm all good for now, and I'm happy that it's done. And yeah,
Well, good. Good to hear the update that you're gonna.
Glad
you're
you
gonna-
moved up to the 2018 model.
yeah, I got a new
Yeah.
tube in me. It's a little bit thicker and new.
It seems like though that the end is on the horizon.
Yes,
like it's
I am
potentially over.
looking forward to it.
You got a couple of days, maybe another week of tube, and then you're.
I'm just hoping Thursday that they yank it out.
Whoa.
That's what I'm hoping. So cool. I'm good.
That's good.
Someone had a busy weekend over here.
Oh,
I know.
Anthony, the busy
I was
weekend?
at the parks all day.
No,
on
not
Saturday.
you. Not you.
Oh,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was busy all week.
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, Conan Con.
Conan Con.
Yeah, that was pretty fun too.
A lot of stuff happened at Comic-Con this year.
Yeah.
I seen a little tidbits here and there.
Well,
Yes.
before we get into that, let me talk to you about Conan because there's a Star Wars
Yes.
reference here.
Yes.
So every year, Conan, well, for the last 4 years, Conan has gone down to San Diego and done live shows from San Diego. So this year, what they decided to do was,
Because Conan is the best.
yeah, they decided to give people that were going to Comic-Con and had tickets the first chance to get tickets. So my friend put in for it, and he actually managed to snag.
They
4
didn't do that
tickets.
before?
I don't think they did it like that. You can always get tickets from oneiota.com, even when they film up here in Burbank.
Okay.
Or to Jimmy Kimmel and shows like
Right.
that. But they gave us first crack, so he ended up getting some.
Okay, that's cool.
And we went down we were in San Diego by 9 a.m. to line up. Anyway, he does this every year. He's done it for the last 4 years, but every year they give away an exclusive Pop Funko. And
They
this
have,
year,
what, usually 4 or 5 of them?
yeah, one per night.
Right.
So this year, one of them was him dressed as a rebel pilot. It's Poe Dameron, but it's got his head on it and Poe Dameron's body. So that was the one I happened to go to. The show I watched had the cast of Breaking Bad on it, but the pop they gave us was the Star Wars one. So as soon as we walked out, people were there with money, just like, do you want to sell? Do you want to sell? Do you want, I could have put it up and gotten about $130 for it. People were offering like $60, and I was like, nah. Well, how much?
How much did you pay?
I didn't pay anything. I got it for going. It's exclusive for us going, so I paid nothing.
Way to pay
Walked
attention,
down
Tim.
it. Yeah,
Hey,
and it was that cool. That's a Star Wars reference for Conan. But yeah, a lot of Star Wars news out of the con, but there really wasn't a lot of Star Wars inside the con. Not from Disney. A lot of companies that do their own.
I just want to get
license.
some thoughts real quick on stuff that's not Star Wars related. Just Godzilla. What say you?
Yeah, you know what? I haven't watched that trailer. I wasn't
You
in
don't
that
watch
panel.
it?
That had to be the hardest panel to get into. Was the WBDC
Right.
panel? That was the one that was probably the most packed.
Well, yeah.
Not having a Marvel and Star Wars presence in as far as panels this year seemed to make Hall H easier to get into. I only waited to get into Hall H for the Deadpool and Kevin Smith panel for maybe 30 minutes. That's it. They
Yeah,
just, what they do is they basically bring you in when people leave. Those people leave, they kind of figure, okay, like 30 people left, so we'll bring in 30 more people. That's how it works.
Right.
one in, one out.
Yeah, pretty much. And when I walked in, it wasn't full. We'll take that for what you will. Yeah, most of the stuff there was no official. Marvel had a booth, of course, because it is Comic-Con, but there wasn't really a big Disney presence. Just, people that... I did see Ashley Eckstein was there, signing her book, and her universe had a thing, but that's licensing. That's not,
Yeah, that's all
That's just
her
stuff.
and Hot Topic. That has nothing to do with Disney.
Right, yeah.
But, I mean, she did introduce her new...
you did have a
Disney,
fashion show, too.
She does her fashion show every year. And but she introduced all of some of her new line, and one of her new lines is a Disney princess kind of themed collection.
She had her book there. I should have actually, now I think about it, I should have bought it just to get her autograph, talk to her for a couple minutes. But
Yeah, she's really super nice.
yeah, that's what I've heard. So. She's at a lot of cons, though. So.
Yeah, and but she is getting harder and harder to engage with, like without having to,
Buy something.
or stand in the line. Whereas, like back in 2015 at D23, I was able to just walk up to her and
I walked up to a bunch of, when I was going in the 2000s, I walked up to a bunch of the people that played Jedi, and you were able to get a picture and an autograph from them. What's the blue one? Ayla Sakura, I think her name is.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, she was around. I think I have her autograph somewhere.
yeah, she's one of the ones that's usually there. And usually, I mean, even if you're not going to pay to get an autograph or something,
Yeah.
they'll still talk to you.
Yeah.
Like I had to go up and at Celebration in 2015. Deep Roy was there. And I had to go up to him, and I mean, going all the way back to him as the snail guy in Neverending Story.
Yeah.
I've loved everything that he does, and I just had to go up to him and just shake his hand and say, thank you for all the great characters and everything.
Yeah, that's cool. That's always cool to do.
But
news, you want to talk Comic-Con news? You got something you wanted to mention? What did you want to mention?
Well, I wanted to mention a few things.
Go
obviously.
for it. All
right, yeah. So a while back, we told you guys about the new Marvel animated that was going to be coming, Marvel Rising.
Yeah.
The one that was going to have all the female superheroes.
Yeah.
So we got a trailer for that finally. So let's check that out.
Kamala, our first superhero team up. I'm so excited. My Hero Watch app tagged the perfect foe. Someone just marked MousePIRE fighting a couple blocks away. What better first mission than bringing in an ex-superhero? Okay, 1, we don't know that she went bad. It could have always been a clone. 2, either way, I am so in! Celebratory cupcake? Yes! Everyone's so caught up in dishing out punishment, they never stopped to ask if I was actually guilty. If you're really innocent, it's time to stop running. Who are you again? What happened to you?
I was chased by a SWAT team for 6 city blocks. Duh.
Get ready for the first legendary team up. And begin! Get her! What are you doing? I was raising the dramatic tension, but apparently we're in a rush. So, watch me run!
Teamwork, MousePIRE. If you can't trust Captain Stacy's own daughter, who can you trust? Take your best shot.
Stop that! Why are you like this? I'm so serious right now. Oh, wow, she's really persistent.
Yeah, so Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl.
I like Squirrel Girl.
Squirrely Girl? Squirrely Girly?
No, Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, it's one of those like
Obscure
characters. Yeah, I was gonna say C-list.
She's gotten kind of like a big. She's been kind of big lately. Like in the last few years, she had her own standalone comic.
Yeah,
that she had actually kind of made her kind of get more attention, and I think that's how she's ended up in this now.
Man, since Guardians, anybody can get attention.
Right? No kidding. But I'm sure
we'll talk about that later too.
Oh yeah, this is going to have her. It's going to have Squirrel Girl, the Patriot, Spider-Gwen, Quake, which is actually voiced by Chloe Bennett, who is Quake / Daisy in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That was big at Comic-Con. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was big.
And then Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan is also in it, which is really cool too, because she hasn't really been in anything. So, yeah, I actually forgot about that. We'll talk about that real quick. Just they announced that the only thing I really remember being announced was that Clark Gregg was going to direct the pilot or the first episode of the next season, which is going to be of course, the final season
of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they were big at Comic-Con. They were doing I saw them doing a signing. And
yeah, they were definitely all there.
Yeah, most of the cast was there, and that was it was a big hit. There were a lot of people there trying to get stuff. It's big right now.
Right. Yeah, they've always been a big presence there ever since they started, and they've always been really good about having the whole cast there and having a big camaraderie and everything.
That's cool.
So they had the on Thursday. When Thursday started, I was like, I feel sorry for people because they had at 11 a.m. they had the Clone Wars 10th anniversary panel and the Doctor Who panel.
Yeah,
scheduled at the same time.
Yeah,
and if I had been at Comic-Con, I would have been like, well, shit, man. I would have probably went to the Doctor Who one because I know I would have 100% know that I was going to see new stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas going to the Clone Wars 10th anniversary panel, you didn't know what you were going to see. You just knew it was going to be a celebration of the 10th anniversary of Clone Wars, and that they might show you some concept art that Dave might show, like he did at that one celebration where they got to see that animatic where they saw the Bad Batch animatic where it was like a whole like almost like a whole episode or a whole arc, but it was just like an animatics.
Yeah.
Or but I knew it was only an hour panel, so I knew that there wasn't they couldn't show something that long. So I was like, well, I don't know what I mean, like I said, I would have went to the Doctor Who panel, and boy, I probably would have regretted it because. Like probably one of the biggest announcements in outside of like movies or something like that, probably one of the biggest announcements of like the last 4 years happened, and it just blew everybody away.
The name's Rex. But you'll call me Captain or Sir. War does not come with a guarantee. No soldier gets the promise of safety. My designation is Trooper 27-5555, sir. We call him Fives. I'm Heavy. This is Echo. I'm Commander Cody, your new boss. Sir, yes, sir! Looks like we got ourselves a batch of shinies, Commander. Look around. We're one and the same. Same heart, same blood. Your training is in your blood. And my blood's boiling for a fight. This is our home. This is our war. This can't be good. We need to fall back. Get them to follow us. If we can draw them out, we can see them. If we can see them, we can hit them.
Rex, what's so important that you brought us all the way back here?
Hello, Master. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
Nobody.
Jeez.
Except for maybe the people that wanted it to happen for like the last 5 years.
Yeah.
4 years ever since Disney canceled Clone Wars.
Now, I'm not up on
we know you're not.
The animated Star Wars series. So can you explain a little bit about what's going on here to the folks like me?
Sure. Clone Wars got canceled.
When Disney bought Star Wars,
yes,
Clone Wars was going on. Inexplicably, Disney decided that they wanted to not continue to do a show that they did not start. So they canceled Clone Wars, they never really used the word cancel. They used it's going to wind down. I will never forget that they used the terminology.
I don't remember that.
It will wind down. Basically, they canceled Clone Wars.
That's when they wanted to stop and go through everything to figure out what was canon.
That was at the same time.
Yeah.
But they decided because Clone Wars was one of the only things pre-Disney sale that was actually kept canon.
Yeah, it was. Only probably because it was a TV series.
Because it was a TV series. And because,
other than the films.
And probably because at the time when probably Disney talked to Dave Filoni, they already came up with the idea for Rebels, and they knew that they would want to have it tied in. It'd be easier. So
they canceled Clone Wars.
And then there was some other episodes of Clone Wars that hadn't aired, but were mostly done, that they were allowed to finish, and those were released on a Netflix.
Yeah.
And they were called The Lost Missions, which was basically the final season of Clone Wars.
Makes sense.
Now, in the original final episode of Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano, who was voiced by the aforementioned Ashley Eckstein, she walked away from the Jedi Order, and that's how the series originally ended.
Yeah, that's how you saw
that, and then that's how it ended. But then, like I said, they came out with the Netflix episodes, which then ended up ending on another...
She wasn't in the Netflix episodes.
No,
if I remember right.
it ended up ending on an arc that tied together Sifo Dyas and Qui-Gon talking through the Force, and Yoda learning about things beyond the midichlorians and other aspects of the Force, which probably is where they got
some tie into Rebels. No?
Well, the tie into Rebels is that Ahsoka Tano appeared in Rebels.
Well,
and it had been some time since she left the Jedi Order to when she appeared in Rebels.
Right.
Now, the trailer we just watched shows her meeting up again, talking to Anakin.
This is going to take place...
We don't know how long.
This is going to take place in between when Clone Wars ended. But from what we know, it's almost going to be like literally days before Revenge of the Sith was when this series is going to end. They might even end with
Revenge.
Anakin leaving to go back to Coruscant to save the Anakin and Obi-Wan going back to Coruscant
to save the Palpatine. Yeah,
it might even end with them leaving, because it's going to be 12 episodes. The bulk of the episodes we know. The only thing the detail we know is that it's going to include a event that has been mentioned many, many times on Rebels and in books and stuff, and that's the Siege of Mandalore. Now, of course, in the actual series of Clone Wars, there was quite a few episodes that took place on Mandalore. There was a whole storyline with Darth Maul and Mandalore and everything that kind of actually ties back into what when we were talking about Solo a while back, with why Maul is in Solo. Of course, we never really talked about that because we never talked spoilers on here about Solo. So
well, it's been long enough now.
Well, yeah, that's why I just literally.
And apparently, nobody saw it. So
right, but we knew that
if people knew that Darth Maul was in Solo, they might have gone to go see it.
Well, you know that by now. If you're a Star Wars fan, you know that by now. And if you don't, you're not a Star Wars fan. Turn this off now.
Right, exactly.
If you don't, you're an asshole. Go away.
Well, yeah, that too.
And stop going to Disneyland.
Yeah. Okay, Ryan Johnson. So these episodes are going to take place like shortly before Revenge of the Sith. Ahsoka's not a Jedi, but she does somehow have her own clone army, which really cool looking because they have orange armor, and there was actually
there were posters of that going around at Comic-Con.
A year ago, Dave Filoni had released Dave Filoni, the creator of Clone Wars and Rebels, likes to release random artwork.
Oh, he does?
That he makes it sound like it has nothing to do with anything. Well, about a year ago or so, about the time when Rebels was ending, or just before that, or about the time that Ahsoka disappeared the first time, I don't remember when it was, he released a piece of artwork that he had claimed, or something like this. A piece of artwork came out that was supposedly supposed to have something to do with the Siege of Mandalore and basically Ahsoka's Legion. And it was just a clone helmet with Ahsoka's markings in orange, like on the helmet, which is basically the helmet you ended up seeing, which was which was basically this.
Yeah, that's the poster that was going
Right.
around.
Yeah.
Everybody that was in that panel actually got the poster.
Yeah. Some people were I don't know if they're trying to get it signed or what, but I saw it on Saturday.
Right. That's the actual good picture of it.
Yeah. It's a really cool poster.
But that's the clones that are on Mandalore that are under Ahsoka's command. Hal have the orange, which is really cool because I like orange. But
I like oranges. I like orange slices.
Ooh.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
Hal hath no fury like a scorned.
Oh, I thought Hell hath no fury like my garage.
Okay.
It's hot in there.
Like a
What's her
scorned
name
orange?
again? Like Ahsoka scorned?
Right.
Yeah.
Ahsoka scorned?
But something's going to happen, because we're obviously going to find out how they were able to take back Mandalore and everything from Darth Maul's cronies and all them.
The Black, not Black Sign.
Well, he was working with Black
yeah,
Sign.
but that's not the one. I forgot what it's called in Solo.
Yeah. But, well, he's not with them yet, though.
No, I know that.
He wouldn't be with them for until a while. But Yeah, so that's basically it. So that's coming to the Disney streaming service.
Yeah, could bring it. Come on, take my money.
They can announce nothing else, and just like with Star Trek, if you play it, they will come.
Yeah.
CBS banked everything on their streaming service on having Star Trek be exclusively on there, and well, everybody complained, but those who really wanted to watch Star Trek got it. So
from Anthony,
it'll be the same way.
Now we all know I'm going to do the Disney streaming service. I'm up in the air whether or not I'm going to do the DC one because DC announced that they're doing that too, the DC Universe one.
Well,
but it's got Teen Titans.
I don't feel it though after that first trailer, but we're not talking about that fortunately. Because when we're on your podcast, we can talk about.
Actually, that should get mentioned. Yeah, we'll talk about that next month.
Because are you going to talk about Comic-Con on the next on that podcast that we're on?
Yeah, I'll wait for you guys. I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, please, that would be great. Because then we could talk about Aquaman and
that was good stuff,
and Godzilla and all that cool stuff.
Grindelwald's crimes or whatever, Crimes of Grindelwald or whatever.
Oh, Johnny Depp,
Harry Potter.
You know, speaking of all that,
we're going off track. That's what we're doing.
We are going totally off track, and I know I didn't mention it, but there's no other perfect time to mention it. I was reading an article recently about there's some movement on the land for Universal's third theme park in Florida, and the only reason I mention it is because you guys have mentioned several of the things, but they think that the name of the theme park will be Universal's Fantastic Worlds, and that there will be a Fantastic Beasts area. They potentially could be a Star Trek area. And then they're talking about the biggest area, which we've talked on this podcast before about, is the Nintendo land.
Right.
Or Nintendo World.
We talked about Nintendo here. We never talked about the possibility of it being in Florida, but that would open up the possibility of that. And I have also heard the Star Trek rumors.
Yeah, well, and then they're saying maybe that the DreamWorks area might overshadow the Star Trek stuff, so I'm not sure. I don't see why they couldn't do all four, but
okay, wrap it up.
He said DreamWorks, and I checked out.
That was it. That was the whole thing. It was just that the article is that they're potentially breaking ground.
I'd much rather have Star Trek than DreamWorks.
Obviously.
What else you got? What else you got coming out of Comic-Con? And there was lots, but
did you hear about any of that at Comic-Con?
Have you ever been to Comic-Con?
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
it's so massive.
It is massive. If
you hear more from Comic-Con being not at Comic-Con than you do while you're at Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's so much going on, and there's so much off-site now that you can't possibly. Anytime you meet somebody, it's always come. Oh, what did you say? No, I didn't see that. Why? Because 100,000 people.
Yeah,
you can't see everything.
All right, so yeah, that was the big news. You know what was the weird thing is that, and everybody's mentioning, is that, like I said, that's going to be on the Disney streaming service in next year. What we didn't hear anything about was Resistance, and allegedly Resistance, we're supposed to see Resistance this fall, but they had nothing to show us. So don't know what's going on with that. Don't know what's going on with Tim leaving the bathroom light on
again,
but he probably also left the toilet seat up.
He just pees in the shower.
Well, I hope the cat's not in there.
I'll use the litter box.
One of the cats has been sleeping in the shower. Yeah, so we didn't get anything about Resistance, and everybody's kind of weirded out about that. They're a little worried.
You're a Resistance.
What? That doesn't even work.
Yeah, sure it does.
No, we decide how that works, not you. Just because you can't do it, say it right. So at the Star Wars Publishing panel on Friday, we got a couple announcements. I usually avoid announcements about books if they're kind of minor ones, but there's a couple kind of big ones.
You're a publishing
because
panel.
What? No, come on, say it. Learn how to do it. In the publishing panel, they announced kind of on the same theme of returning to the prequels. I noticed. Did you notice there was a lot of prequel love at Comic-Con?
Not when I was
unusual.
There. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, between Clone Wars announcement and these books, there seems to be a lot of prequel love. Now, next year, believe it or not, is the 20th anniversary of The Phantom Menace. To make everybody feel old. Next year will be the 20th anniversary of Phantom Menace. So we don't know if maybe it's a lead into that, or if there's going to be a prequel connection in Episode 9.
I wouldn't put it past it since they've already thrown in references to the prequels.
Right. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that could happen. Now, these books all basically are going to take us between the end of this year through the beginning of next year. And then, of course, by Star Wars Celebration Chicago, you will probably get all of the announcements of all the Journey to the episode 9 stuff, where you usually get all those books that are all, with that tag. So, but
I'm not opposed to the idea that they didn't announce anything here so they could keep it.
Oh, well,
keep some of the stuff for.
Yeah, definitely. Anything
it's your own.
Well, yeah, anything that they don't need to announce now that takes place after Star Wars Celebration. Yeah, by all means, hold it till Celebration. But that's what's so weird about the lack of the Resistance announcement, is that it's supposed to be this fall, but yeah, we get the Clone Wars announcement, which is next year. They could have saved the Clone Wars announcement till Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah,
I think they had meant to.
Maybe.
But they wanted to appease a certain group of fans.
Which ones?
The bad ones.
Oh, those guys.
Because a lot of the bad ones like the Clone Wars for some reason.
Don't you like the Clone Wars?
I do like the Clone Wars. Why are we whispering?
Does that make you?
What are we whispering about?
Why
I don't know what you're talking about.
Does that make you a bad one?
No.
Why
I'm
not?
just saying. Anyways, no, I'm serious, though. I do think that the Clone Wars announcement probably was meant for Star Wars Celebration, but with so much bad press, so to speak, with Star Wars lately, they decided to throw the Star Wars fans a big old bone. Because you do recall that the announcement of the Clone Wars 10th anniversary panel was very late.
Yeah, I was under the impression that they weren't going to do anything at all.
And then the fact that it is kind of the place to, if you're going to announce something like that, I guess I can see them announcing it. But it just still seems weird that was announced in its next year, and there was nothing for Resistance. But anyways, getting back to books and the prequels, we are going to be getting a brand new book starring Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Cool.
Those guys.
From author Claudia Gray. It is going to be called Master and Apprentice.
Ooh.
I like that Depeche Mode song.
So we're hoping to see some good times pre-Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon action. We haven't really seen any of that in the Star Wars. Obviously, we haven't seen any of that in the Disney canon. There was a lot of comics and stuff, and a couple novels that were about the pre-Phantom Menace Qui-Gon and
yeah,
Obi-Wan.
A lot of that stuff is now Legends.
Yeah, it's all Legends now. So
are you going to get that book?
Oh, absolutely. I'll probably get the audiobook.
Are you going to read it to me?
Bedtime story.
He's going to get the audio version, and then that guy can read it.
If you get Audible, I can send it to you for free. Because with Audible, you're allowed to send anybody who has Audible one free book.
Hey, you get a free trial of Audible for like 7 days or something.
Cool.
You really think he could listen to a 12-hour book in 7 days?
I don't know if he's driving or fall asleep. Not roll over on his...
Dirty.
So that's cool. A lot of people are hoping that there's going to be maybe some tie-ins with some stuff that we learned in Clone Wars. Like we know about... you watched Clone Wars, right?
Yeah, of course.
People are hoping that Satine will show up in the book.
Oh,
maybe.
there we go.
That would be kind of interesting if some of his time on Mandalore is talked about, and then it'd be a nice tie-in back to the new Clone Wars
I'm
stuff.
of the opinion this is all very methodically put together.
Oh, absolutely. That's what...
See that meme with the guy with the strings trying to piece everything?
Oh,
That's what Disney does.
You know what?
Especially Dave Filoni. He does that in his office.
You know what? That's why it makes me laugh so much, that so much of all this bad talk about Star Wars and all these people fire Kathleen Kennedy, fire everybody. Nobody knows what they're doing. They know exactly what the frick they're doing.
Yeah,
they know
frack. Don't talk
They
back.
know what they're doing. They don't have a story group for nothing. You don't think the story group knows what the hell the story group is? The one with putting the pieces on the table and everything. They're the ones that are playing chess. They're the ones that know how the books are going to fit in with the cartoon, or with not with the cartoon. I don't want to use the word cartoon. People have been using the word cartoon negatively lately, and I hate it. They're the ones figuring out how the books are going to tie into the movies, and how the books are going to tie into the animated series, and how the animated series are going to tie into the movie, and how everything's going to tie into everything, and they even know how to tie people's shoes
with a fine-tooth comb.
Exactly.
Actually, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. I actually ended up watching The Force Awakens on TNT.
I was watching that.
Yeah, well, I happened to catch a line that Snoke said that I was like, oh, that just kind of foreshadowed the next movie, because he did say, when the Last Jedi appears, a new one will arise, or something like that. And I was like, "Ooh, that's where he got. That's where they got the name of the next movie from." So it's totally like it's all there because you even switched directors after that movie. So
right,
people are paying attention to what's going on and what's being said.
Pay attention.
You got to listen to dialogue in Star Wars movies.
Pay attention.
Exactly.
Why you get lost?
I'm listening. Pay attention. Dialogue's lost. No one's paying attention.
DuckTales.
Foreshadowing from Snoke. I'm on it,
look at
man.
this guy. Look at this guy.
And you're on your phone.
And I'm on my phone.
Is it because it's hot or what?
It's double, yeah.
And then the other big book that we got the announcement for is called Queen's Shadow.
Why does that sound familiar?
I don't know. It's by E.K. Johnson, who is the author who wrote the Ahsoka book. And this is going to explore pre-Phantom Menace Padme.
Oh, okay.
So that made a lot of people happy. Finally, we get a only Padme book. That's going to be great. It's going to have, like I said, it's going to be all talking about from, I don't know, I think it's going to have stuff.
Like 9 to 12?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure because, I mean, there's somebody, it says from Queen to Senator, but so I don't know if that means it's
that's after her term. It's between 1 and 2.
So it could be between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So I'm a little confused. I might have to look into that and try and double check when this is supposed to take place.
I think so. Otherwise, it's a children's book, literally.
Right.
Because she'd be like 9 to 12.
Well, that's true.
Right.
So yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think I've mistaken then. Yeah, this is going to definitely take place between Phantom Menace.
Get that frog out of your throat, Ribbit.
Yeah.
Ribbit.
This is going to take place definitely between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and that's going to be really cool. And I heard that there's definitely going to be a lot of appearances of handmaidens and all of them in there too. And so hopefully they get to have a cool adventure or something. I know a lot of people have been wanting for quite some time an adventure with Padme and the handmaidens.
Why?
Well, something else.
What do you mean? Why? Why has it taken this long?
Yeah, there's so much hate for the prequels. Why? Like, well, let's have a Padme book.
Well, just something else nobody that hasn't been done.
By the people that don't hate the
I guess so.
prequels. I mean, you got all the...
It's just because she's hot. No, I just find it odd because it's a prequel character. And I know people that like the prequel. I don't hate the prequels.
Well, there's a lot of women Star Wars fans out there that look up to Padme.
Oh yeah,
because there's
she's
not
an
a lot
character.
of.
I understand that.
Well, there's not because there's not a lot of female characters to look up to, and Leia and Padme are two hugely important people to that group of Star Wars fans. And a lot of people who do like the prequels have wondered why there hasn't been hardly anything. Because even in the Legends,
I guess true.
Even in Legends, there wasn't anything really about Padme. Yeah,
that's true.
And even though there was tons of things about everything, there was a whole book about General Grievous. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and
several books about Dooku.
Phasma.
Yeah,
there's a book about Phasma before there's one about Padme.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a big deal for a lot of people. I think it's a big deal. I can't wait to listen to this book because I don't read anymore. Nobody read.
The graphic
reading's
novel.
for babies.
That's a kid stuff.
You gotta do that.
I know there was some other. Let me see if I can find that other post. They announced some other books, but I don't have it in front of me. I know there was. I think there was some other solo related books that they also had announced. Some of them more young reader books.
I didn't see a young man. I wish I could remember what it was. I did see a solo book that was coming out later.
A couple of the books.
Yeah, I wish I could remember what it was.
A couple of books were being released not by Del Rey, but they were being released under that other where some of those other books come from. I forget.
Library.
Oh, don't you know Amazon is killing the library?
Scholastic book orders.
Yes, I like that.
Did you see that article?
Which article?
The article about that the library should be shut down and
no,
some stupid guy.
Our library is like always busy, man.
All right, so moving on to some more Comic-Con. We got some DuckTales news. And one interesting one that I thought it was funny because DuckTales tweeted out this news that came out of the DuckTales panel. And they tweeted it out, and then D23 and some other sites tweeted about it, but they cut some words out and basically all of those other ones, the announcement came out. Just announced at Comic-Con, Don Cheadle is set to guest star as Donald Duck's voice.
Yeah, how does that work?
A bunch of people were tweeting out that with a picture of Don Cheadle doing voice. So people were like, well, why is Don Cheadle here? Donald Duck already has a voice. Because all of those had a link to an article that had more information, but nobody reads, right?
Nobody clicked the link.
I didn't.
I saw the article.
Forcecast had tweeted the link from D23, which had just what I said, and they said, what? And I said, if you actually click on the link, you'll find out why. And they said, who reads? So then I ended up sending them the link to the actual DuckTales tweet, which reads thusly. Just announced at Comic-Con, Don Cheadle is set to guest star as Donald Duck's intelligible voice as a result of an inventive voice box in the season finale of DuckTales.
Okay.
So keywords were left out of everybody else's tweets, who then spread all the leading to mass confusion, where if they would have just kept that little line of dialogue, everybody would have completely understood. Our friend Bubba was one of those who fell for that, because he responded to the D23 tweet, I like Don Cheadle, but I don't know about that, because he obviously didn't click through and read. And,
that wouldn't be his first time doing that this week.
This week? Wow.
So, that just goes to show you.
I didn't pay much attention to it, because I figured, they're just trying to bring a name in to do it because he's a fan of the show. Because how much does it take to go? I mean,
exactly.
That's kind of what I thought.
So here's what we know. I have seen a couple screenshots from the episode when that was part of the announcement. And does everybody remember the Donald short where he takes the pill?
Oh, yes.
And,
yeah.
Yes.
So that's what this is going to
Yeah,
be. It's going to be one of those things where I saw a picture of Donald having what looks like a little mechanical pill. It's not like an actual pill like in the old short, but he has like a little mechanical pill, probably something he's getting from Fenton or Gizmo, or Gyro. So basically he's going to take that, and it's going to make him have Don Cheadle's voice. It's going to be just like that episode. So
that's cool.
I loved the fact that all you had to do was leave out those few words, and
it changed everything.
It changed everything. Context.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a
yeah. That's why I didn't retweet that.
I was going to say the word context really has a lot to do with a lot of things this week.
No, while we're talking about DuckTales, can I tell you that I'm pissed because I had like the whole season downloaded on my DVR, and then my DVR went bad.
Oh wow!
Oh,
so
it's not on demand.
Yeah, it is. I got to go through it now and watch it on demand. Or I forgot. I had forgotten too that it changed stations from XD to just the Disney Channel.
Right.
So I switched that, and it had recorded all of them. I was like, yes, I can get down and watching it. And then the DVR went bad. So. On demand, here we come.
Right. Besides that news, which was kind of actually a last minute thing, we had actually gotten some other. During the actual panel, they had shown some artwork and stuff for season 2 and season 1, and we got our first glimpses at Bubba Duck. Yeah, Bubba Duck is coming in season 2 to DuckTales.
Forgot about him.
Yeah.
There's a whole movie.
Yes. And then speaking of movies, guess who else we were getting in season 2?
Does it start with an M?
Hold on. No, it starts with a D. Dijon!
Oh,
we were getting Dijon from the Mystery of the Lamp movie. You do not remember
I do remember that movie.
Yeah, it was the genie guy ends up hanging out with him.
At the end, yeah. But he was the bad guy during most of the movie because he's the one hanging out with Christopher Lloyd's bad guy character.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I have that movie somewhere.
And then we got a glimpse of a young Glumgold.
Looks like a Tsum Tsum.
He does.
And then I don't know if this is going to be like, it seems like maybe something like a Back in Time or something like that, but John D. Rockerduck. So those are all set for season 2. Now we did get a trailer for the remainder of season 1, and I'm going to play that for you right now. I just want to let you guys know that the most important part of this trailer you're not going to hear because you see it.
Actually.
My mom's note to Scrooge said she took the spear, Celine. If we can find the spear...
Maybe we'll find out what happened to her and uncover Scrooge's greatest mystery.
I'm trying to protect my brothers from finding out something that could upset them.
How could you keep this from us? She's our mom!
The ghosts of Clan MacDuck loom large here.
At last, a vanquishing for the ages, a final clash between the sorceress of the shadows and the world's greatest adventurer, Scrooge Wait, what?
Come on, guys! Ducks don't back down!
They're moving tomorrow?
Okay. One of us needs to stay calm here.
So, you?
Experimental race cars!
Lasers!
Aeroplanes?
You bet, old friend!
Tis I who lead this fearsome crew with dagger, swagger, daring do!
He's the famous pirate captain, Don Carnage!
And now we dance! Ha!
I can't take this anymore!
Sorry to crash the party!
Tell me about the spear of Celine.
Hello, Scroogey. I've missed you.
Yeah, you see that at the end?
Did you guys hear the couple notes of "Let It Go" there in the beginning?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know, but we got race cars, lasers, and aeroplanes.
Yes. Yeah. No, there was a couple notes from Frozen.
Okay, I didn't hear that, but well, first of all, them humming or doing the DuckTales theme in the one scene.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, Magica there at the end.
Magica,
like
number one dime,
physical Magica.
We gonna do something weird with that character?
Well, I'm glad that she's not staying just a shadow.
Yeah,
because I mean we've only seen her as a shadow, so she's finally gonna take physical form, which is cool, and she looks great, all eerie and just her eyes and green stuff, just looking like basically a crow, which that's basically she's a crow duck.
Like that?
But she looks more like a crow here than she does like from the original series where she looks like a crow with a duck bill. Cape Suzette, you didn't hear that?
Yeah.
He rushes in holding the flyer.
Right.
And he's saying, they're moving to Cape Suzette.
Yeah.
Cape Suzette, of course, is Tailspin, where Tailspin takes place.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second.
I forgot about that. I knew it sounded
the
familiar.
second mention of Cape Suzette. It was actually mentioned in the pilot, the very first episode of the new DuckTales. It was mentioned.
I mean, we all know that these shows are all coming back. They're just going to tease them and eventually bring them. That's my opinion.
Well, I mean, at this point,
we need to show them at like 3 p.m. on weekdays.
Yeah.
So then we got, of course, we already knew he was coming, but we get to hear Don Carnage sing.
Yeah.
So that's another Tailspin connection right there. And of course, like I said, they were humming Darkwing as they were watching Darkwing. The end credits of Darkwing. So, yeah, cool stuff. I mean, between all the cool stuff for season 2 and then all this stuff, it's like awesome. I like it. I can't wait. DuckTales is like one of my favorite things right now.
Yeah, I bet. Like, I'm not caught up,
Totally.
but when I do get a chance to watch it, I enjoy it. And my son just watches them over and over and over. He really enjoys it.
Just
I haven't seen him in. I haven't seen him in anything since like that much since Toy Story.
Right.
I'm not totally. What episode are they on? I got caught up at one point, and then I think there's been new stuff since then.
You probably got caught up to when they took the break, and
Don't
then,
they have it on demand?
Then when
I'm caught up to the break,
and then when they switched to Disney Channel and they started, there's probably been another 8 up,
I don't
7,
know. Like
6,
I said, I'm
8
behind,
episodes.
but I'll catch up soon.
The real quick, I don't know if you probably had it in a different place, but I'm real quick, just DuckTales. I'm going to talk about the toys. The toys are coming out, or they're out, or they're coming out. Their official release date is July 29th, but a lot of places are they're only at Target. They're made by.
Well, they wouldn't be at Toys R Us.
Well,
No, they
not at
definitely
Toys R
wouldn't.
Us. But I believe that because they're made by a company that's over in actually in Vernon called Fat Mojo Toys. They're a local company. They're but the quality. I mean, they have like dust and stuff, and they have some paint issues, but I mean, the quality of the toys themselves are really nice. They actually have a money bin play set. They have a
dirty money bin.
They have a Launchpad's plane. They have 3 different sizes of figures, including a nice big size figures with articulation and accessories and everything. So you guys should definitely go check those out. They have some really cool, kind of like mystery box figures, and that's the only place to get Darkwing and
a vinyl, like a
Lena.
Do those little.
Yeah, they're just like little figurines. They don't have articulation, but they come in like a. Their mystery pack is looks like a stack of money.
Oh, okay.
Looks like
cool.
a stack of coins. I'll show them to you guys, but they're really cool. I like them. So you guys, if you guys,
that sounds cool, but I don't need any more toys.
I know,
cool. Yeah, I've got too many toys.
But if you guys are DuckTales fans and you guys don't already have too many toys, you guys make sure you guys get over to Target. Check that out.
Target.
Most likely, it seems like everything's set up for it to be an end cap. So if your Target doesn't already have it, check by at least the 29th because that's when they're supposed to be officially coming out. So.
Yeah, I haven't been to Target in a while.
So go check that out.
Time to make a run.
Just one more thing for Comic-Con. It was announced that there's not really much I can tell you, but just pay attention to the episode photo. There was released the actress in the Kim Possible costume for the upcoming Disney Channel original movie of Kim Possible. So they released a photo of what she looks like as Kim Possible, and you guys can check that out on the episode photo. And that's it for Comic-Con.
That's all there is.
Yeah.
So James Gunn,
he got fired.
He got fired.
It's a long story, and Tim's going to try and make it short.
The Reader's Digest condensed version, as we call it.
The super non-politic version, which is almost impossible. But
many years ago, many moons passed. James Gunn made some, over 10 years ago, James Gunn made some random comments on Twitter. He thought some of it was funny then. Some of it may have been funny at the time. The world has changed. And some people that don't like him or don't like Disney wanted to dig these things up, make him look bad, publicize them in such a way that made him look even worse, even though he's already acknowledged these tweets and apologized for them
twice.
At least twice, right?
At least twice.
Yeah. So these aren't, it's not like he was hiding anything. He could have deleted them a long time ago, but he didn't. And he apologized for saying some off-color stuff and moved past. And in the past few years, James Gunn directed both of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, which were 2 of Disney's biggest hits. Was he also involved in Avengers to some degree?
Well, he had some say in things having to do with like the Guardians in Infinity War.
They killed Gamora?
Yeah.
Oh. Spoiler.
That's not his fault.
Oh, okay.
Nonetheless, he's done some huge stuff for Disney, and then somehow, based on things that he did 10 years ago, he got fired. They said they weren't going to be making any more movies with him, and I'm of the opinion that that's pretty stupid.
So is Drax,
and so is
every one of the cast,
and Bobcat Goldthwait.
Every one of the cast has come out in there with their support of him, and basically that's all I really need to say about it. It's your politics is your own, and we try to avoid it on this podcast. It doesn't help, but I will just say this all connects with why I had my faux outrage about Star Wars and why I quote-unquote quit Star Wars. This is connected to that. It's also connected to stuff that I've talked about in the past about toxic fans. It also connects all the way back to talking about Chuck Wendig and his issues on Twitter and his issues with fake reviews going all the way back to his novels. This is stuff that I've been talking about on this podcast since, ever since Force Awakens came out.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah.
So
happy birthday.
Well, no, I haven't been talking about that long.
Yeah.
Probably at least two and a half, because like I said, most of this stuff started just around the time of Force Awakens. So this is all stuff this is nothing new. It's all just an extension of that. If you don't understand that it's an extension of that, well, then maybe you need to review how you look at things. And that's all I'm going to say.
That's all I have to say.
And this is just the beginning. They have already gone after more people. And the only one I will mention that they've also gone after, just because he's related to Disney, and that's Patton Oswalt. They have also gone after him.
Well, and Sarah Silverman, who's related to Disney as well. She's in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, so they haven't actually started going after her yet.
Well,
but
the problem I have with the situation is that...
Just keep it short.
Is that everybody, especially comedians like this, are known for saying off-color stuff. It's like how they make their careers. Sarah Silverman, well, let's choose not one of them.
Trying to take down Sarah Silverman for jokes that she's made is like taking down any of us for drinking water.
It's just silly. It's like, I say off-color stuff on Facebook. I'm known for it, but it doesn't mean that I'm not capable of directing a movie 20 years from now. If I get good at that,
that's only because
what I'm saying
sarcasm
is it
doesn't travel well through words.
It doesn't. But if you get good at something later and you say, hey, I'm not the same person I was. I'm not the guy that talked crap to people on the internet for all those years. And I'm just gonna move on and make the best of my life. To get fired like post haste, what's the word for that? Like
that's
just
fine.
Afterwards, you've done the job, and then they're gonna fire you later for something you did 10 years in the past. It doesn't make sense.
Well, plus, and this is the last thing I'll say about it, is it just makes Disney look like super hypocrites because of the fact that they still associate with people that they know are problems or people that have questionable things, people such as Johnny Depp, or a lot of people have thrown up Powder. Nobody ever remembers Powder, but Powder was an issue because Disney let a guy who already had a certain suspect conviction on his record to direct a movie for them. So Disney is not one to be trying to step up for morals, and they showed themselves to be hypocrites, and they opened the door for what's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. And this is not the last you're going to hear of this. And I guarantee you. So,
well, speaking of opening doors, we just found out that Disney is about to close a door on Bugs Land.
What?
Yep, September.
When did this happen?
3rd or 4th, is it?
Let me get there, Tim.
Oh.
Just play your game. So finally Disney announced that September 4th will be the last day that you can go to Bugs Land and enjoy all the rides and attractions there and the water and everything that we always go and... Wait, no, I don't go enjoy anything over there. So anyway...
You don't like Puddles Pool Pit? Or what's
no, I don't need to be
Puddles
getting
Pool
wet
Park, whatever it is.
over there.
Ask Jose about it.
I was at Bugs Land on Saturday, and there's one particular ride that has a hidden feature. You have kids, so you may have done this. The Ladybug ride.
Yeah.
If you, as a grown adult, position yourself as close to the door as possible. So you open the door, you go in.
I'm not trying to do the Kiki challenge.
And you slide. I'm telling you, this is a blast. My friends did not believe me on Saturday. So you go all the way around, and you shut there's like a circular thing that you can't turn. So you go all the way around it, you shut the door, and then you, either one or two guys, position yourself as close to the door as possible. The ride catches some sort of momentum that is unexpected. The weight is unbalanced, essentially, and the ride will whip you like in the fastest circles you've ever been on in your life.
Like faster than Mater?
If you want to take your kid on...
I might as well just go on Mater.
It's way better than Mater.
Is it better than the Go Trick?
It's a completely different thing, but if you want to take your son on a hell of a spin ride,
I'm going to have to try it.
I guarantee it, you will be pleasantly surprised.
You know why I have to try it? Because Bugs Land is closing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's closing. So, September 4th is the last day to go over there and enjoy that.
I'm sad it's closing.
I really don't care. I mean, I like going on Heimlich's Chew Train. That's pretty cool, but that's super short.
Yeah.
I've never been on Flix Flyers, and when it goes over to Paradise Pier, I still won't go on it.
It's okay. It's okay. That's probably the best ride over there.
To me, the best thing about that whole area is that you feel
the bathroom.
You feel
that is my favorite part of the whole area.
The actual bathroom or the design of the bathroom?
No, inside too, because you hear the noises.
Well, it's not just the facade; it's that whole. I mean, the Flix flyers, the fact that the Heimlichs. You feel like you're in this
but you'll see
tiny
Flix flyers
world.
Late next year, don't worry.
That's true.
Not themed like that though.
Yeah, probably themed better.
I was thinking the same thing. Better. Anyway,
I just want to point out real fast that yet again, Disney buried the lead and stuck a really big story item at the bottom of another post that had nothing to do.
Oh yeah, this one was at the bottom of something. I can't remember what else it was on, but it's like, hey, Bugs Life is closing September 3rd.
It was basically 6 things to enjoy for Pixar Fest.
Yeah,
and did it say Bugs Land because it's by
Bugs Land? It's closing.
And basically the last sentence of it was like, "Oh, and experience Bugs Land, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, they do that all the time. It's like we get notifications for Disney Twitters and stuff, and we'll look at them and we decide whether I assume that he does the same thing I do, that he doesn't read every single one or look at every single
read
one.
the headline.
Just kind of look at the headline and okay, well that applies to something that we would want to talk about on the podcast.
Like I know when Christmas opens now.
That doesn't. So it was one of those that doesn't articles, I'm sure, right? For you, was it?
Oh no, I read it, and then I saw the stuff in the bottom, and I posted it.
And then there was Bubba. Getting back to Bubba.
Yeah, getting back to Bubba. Bubba post. A source says that the last day for Bugs Land is September 4th. I said, "What do you mean source? Disney announced that today." So
maybe that was a source. It was official.
Maybe I don't know. So that's why I said it's not the first time for Bubba this week. So yeah. Anyway, it's closing. Go over there and don't try to sign petitions because that's not going to work. It's already done with
at this point.
Exactly. So Bugs Land's gone after September 4th. Bye bye. All that area.
And I after spending some time there the other day, I do have to say I'm a little sad that it's going.
Well, go over there and take some pictures and cry in a napkin. I don't know. But we got some news today that Christmastime in the parks will start on November 9th.
Yeah.
And go through
lights
January 6th.
Yeah.
So we get this year we get Christmas earlier or Halloween like a week earlier.
Isn't it next week?
Yeah. We get Halloween starting a week earlier, and then we got Christmas starting about a week earlier than usual. So it's like, I just want to get right into that. Because that basically only leaves rather than the usual 2 weeks in between Halloween shutting down and Christmas, it's only going to be a 1 week. So you know what that means? That means that for sure the snow's going to be going on the castle like mid-October.
I was thinking.
Remember last year the snow was already going on the castle the last week in October, and it's still Halloween and snow's going on the castle.
Right, I do remember.
You're gonna have that's gonna be like a full 2 weeks.
It wasn't even the Haunted Mansion. I fully expect when I do Chalk Walk August 26th, and you can donate to me. You can message me and find out how.
I was thinking about doing that this year.
I fully expect by the time we do Chalk Walk for most of the Halloween stuff to be up by then.
Oh yeah.
Because it usually always is. It is. Well, we do it. It used to be in October, so it was definitely up. But being in late August, I fully expect to start to see some pumpkins on Main Street.
So, of course, with Christmas, there's nothing new. Same, you get the castle, Small World.
But probably no World of Color. Huh?
We don't know about World of Color holiday. We have, of course, Festival of Fatness coming back with all the marketplaces. And we'll be going over the menu with that probably next week because I know it's already up.
Is it?
Yeah, they already have. They haven't actually announced it, but you can actually research it and find it. But I don't want to go through that right now. We can wait on that. But yeah, Festival of Fatness, aka Festival of Holidays, coming back to DCA, and of course the Cars Land will be all themed out.
Hey, do you have a fat time this week?
We have a quick little fat time this week.
Well,
you have something?
I'll do it when we get to it. 'Cause I tried some of the stuff, as you guys know.
Yeah. Okay. And yes, Christmas Fantasy Parade, Christmas fireworks. Other than that, it's just same old things.
It's Christmas time at Disneyland. How much more do you want?
Yeah, exactly. And then
we want World of Color to work.
Oh well, you can't. How's it feel to want?
Yeah.
What the Rolling Stones said. Can't get no satisfaction.
Oh,
and you can't always get what you want.
That's what
I
was going for.
See, it was gone all of a sudden. I don't know what happened there. I was like, no, this joke's going nowhere. Think of something.
All right, so let's move over to Halloween time in the parks.
Yeah.
Of
it's
course,
happening again.
Of course, we talked about the party dates. And as of today, we have 2 dates that are sold out, which is Friday, October 5th and Friday, October 12th.
Yeah, actually, last time we had podcasted, the first day was actually sold out, but we did not know at the time we podcasted that the first day was sold out.
But it was on the Facebook page later.
But it is very surprising that we've gone this long and only 2 days have sold out.
Well, everyone's saying that. Oh my God, this is not normal. Blah 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 blah.
But then tickets did go on sale super early compared to. I actually had it come up in my memories the podcast that we did last year.
Yeah.
When it was announced, and it was like last week.
Exactly.
So last week, a year ago, was when tickets went on sale, or when tickets were announced. So we're already way ahead. So I don't know if it's just people don't know they're on sale.
Well, certain people are convinced that people are just trying to save money for it.
Well, I mean, that could be, because especially since it was kind of sudden.
Well, all I know is
I don't buy it. You know these things are coming. Save your money.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, 2 dates are sold out. They're going to start going pretty quick now.
Yeah, because the usual. The Fridays will go.
Yeah, we're about to hit August.
Because Halloween hasn't sold out yet either, has it?
No.
That's what. Because the 2 that have sold out are
Fridays.
Fridays.
They're early. They're early.
Fridays and
Doesn't Halloween also sell out usually early too?
That's what I just said.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it is a little bit different, but
Put
it's
your game away and pay attention.
I am paying complete attention.
Well, then you wouldn't have repeated me.
So anyway, yeah, tickets are going to start going pretty quickly.
Yeah, Halloween for sure has got to be the next one.
The fact that people are just like, oh, they're not going quickly as they usually do. Well, we didn't have them on sale this quick. So anyway, you got 2 days that are sold out, already sold out. So get your tickets now if you guys plan to go.
I predict Halloween will be sold out, and probably maybe another Friday will be sold out by the end of this month.
Bet.
I got a shiny dollar.
Oh, okay.
By the end of the month,
I have a gold dollar coin.
Well, Tim's not paying attention, yet he still agrees with me.
I'm paying complete attention, and I agree with you that by the end of the month is 6 more days. For sure, another date will be sold out.
All right, which brings us to this news about World of Color.
Yeah, this this all came out of the whole James Gunn thing by accident, or maybe not accident. I don't know. But
you got bad news and bad news. How's that work out?
I don't know. I mean, well, somebody came out in favor, in support of James Gunn.
An official source?
Sort of having to do with the World of Color, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Bobcat Goldthwait came out with a big, long statement in his support of James Gunn, and basically said what I was saying, that Disney shouldn't be hypocrites, and that he said some pretty bad things in the past, which anybody who knows Bobcat Goldthwait and his stand-up knows that, yeah, he was
very blue.
He was very, very crazy.
Yeah.
He also set fire on the Tonight Show.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That was funny. And
it was bad.
Yes.
He was in multiple Police Academy movies.
So, yeah, I mean, anybody who knows Bobcat Goldthwait knows that he used to be crazy. And basically he told that to Disney, and that if they want to be hypocrites and start distancing themselves from people who are crazy, that they need to not have him in their upcoming World of Color villainous show.
Yeah.
That we've never heard of.
Oops.
Spoiler there, Bob.
I think he did it on purpose. I think
we know he did it on purpose.
He was mad at Disney for screwing with James Gunn, and he decided he'd fib on and probably break his confidentiality agreement in the process.
Right. Because so basically he announced inauspiciously a upcoming World of Color show, which is going to be called Villainous, in which clearly he indicated that his character from Hercules, which was,
I don't even remember,
Panic or Pain, one of the two.
Pain,
one of the two of Panic or Pain. Tim says Pain, that he was going to be voicing that. And then, of course, he also brought up James Woods, who lately has turned into kind of a not-so-great person, who apparently also voiced his character from Hercules, Hades, in the show, and that he should also be taken out of the show. So Well, basically the important part of that, notwithstanding the stuff relating back to the James Gunn discussion, is that, well, we get this announcement of this show, and now after thinking long about it, that, okay, well, I mean, is it going to be, was that supposed to be this year? We don't know. I mean, we already know that they were going to be doing the Bugs Life one, was supposed to be during the summer, but we know that's not happening.
On the Pixar.
Or,
Pixar.
well, yeah, Pixar, not Bugs Life. I'm sure Bugs Life hopefully would have been in it, but...
No one cares about Bugs Life.
Oh, that's true. They're closing that land that we heard about, right?
Right.
So,
never mind. Being a landmark.
So,
Pixar,
anyways,
whatever.
we talked about how we were supposed to be getting the Pixar one during Pixar Fest. That's not going to happen because World of Color broke. So It broke. It did. And we know that they don't usually have a World of Color specifically for Halloween, do they?
They usually just have, if they have anything for Halloween, it's just a little lead-in thing before the show. So,
right. So they've never actually really done specifically a show, but obviously we've been speculating. Well, then obviously it wouldn't be for Christmas. So we've been speculating, obviously, a long time that Mickey's Halloween Party would be going over to DCA.
We thought this year,
but definitely we have to figure that next year for sure because of Star Wars that Mickey's Halloween Party will for sure be going to DCA. And basically, I've come to the conclusion this World of Color villainous, being that it's a villain themed, and being that they won't be able to have fireworks for it. So then, obviously, the DCA version of fireworks is World of Color. So you would think that if they're going to have Mickey's Halloween Party at DCA, that there will be a specific Halloween-related World of Color to go with it. And, well, villains sounds like a great theme for that. That's what I think.
As soon as you said that, it was like Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I mean, it's entirely possible that if he did record voices for that they would have been done this far in advance. But
well, it would have meant it was pretty much in some kind of post, wouldn't you think?
I mean, you almost have to think that the fact that he threw that out there specifically, that it's something he did super recently.
Yeah.
And that's just what I think. I mean, it could have been something meant for this year. With the time frame allowed, I just don't see it having been maybe this year. I don't know. It would have been very unusual for them to have planned. You figure that if it was planned, that means that they would have planned to go from the Pixar World of Color, to the villainous World of Color, to the Christmas World of Color.
Yeah.
That seems like an awful lot of World of Color changes.
That's a lot of World of Color.
Yeah, that's a lot of World of Color changes.
A lot of colors.
And especially since they seem to have so much trouble just getting World of Color to work, much less
the show was designed.
Go from a Pixar to villainous to... And it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like something that they would have wanted to do this year.
The show was designed for, like, as we say, the CD change on Space Mountain.
Right.
So it should be able to be changed easily.
Change the disc?
Well,
Right,
I mean, there is a disc change involved, obviously, with the programming and stuff. But you also do have specific, don't they have, go out there with certain shows and put out specific, like, water cannons and stuff, right?
Yeah, to program the show.
So, I mean... You don't just have just a disc change. You have like actual like lights and stuff. I'm sure that get changed because I mean, are they still? They're not using that big flame anymore. Are they, were they? With
They're not using the fire anymore.
That big fire one they had in the 60th. That
right.
Yeah, I don't
gigantic.
Think so. See, I mean,
lit up the whole area.
So that they took that out at some point. So
less fire.
They do have. That things
one's awesome though.
So there does need to be downtime. Is what my point is. There needs to be downtime in between. Because what was the downtime when they changed to 60th? It was long.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking is that because of how they meant to go from the Pixar one, and then how soon Halloween starts after summer ends, I just don't see that there's any way that would have been meant for this year.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
I know, probably because I mean
I don't disagree. I just think that there's a possibility that it could be that they were planning for quick changes.
With how much time they took to set up the 60th World of Color, I don't think so.
Fair enough.
I don't know. We'll see. At this point, Bobcat has blown the lid on their World of Color show, or maybe they're hoping that nobody will notice. Oh,
well, now it's not going to happen.
Oh wait, that's not going to happen because Inside the Magic already posted about it. So at this point, if it is for the next year, they can easily change it.
Yeah.
Because at this
or
point,
just change the name and remove him, or
we're not going to see any Hercules in there.
Right, there'll be no Hercules. They'll take out all the Hercules because then they can be like, okay, we can take out Bobcat Goldthwait, we can take out James Woods. It's all good.
More Frozen, though.
Just make sure that there's no Sarah Silverman in there.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of opening doors again.
Uh-oh.
You know whose doors opened?
I heard a certain place opened, and it doesn't look anything like what we were led to believe.
Bing Bong Sweet Shop opened
Hey,
up.
I was there.
I knew you were going to be there.
I was there.
Was it Saturday or Sunday?
It opened on Saturday.
And it's the one thing I missed.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
it's not much, to be honest with you. It's not much at all.
I just want to say, you guys go ahead and talk about it because I'm going to...
Well, I don't have nothing to talk about because I haven't been there, and I'm really sad.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the fact then that Bing Bong's Sweet Shop is, not a sweet shop at all.
No, it's clothing.
There's very little sweets in there from what I hear.
Memory refreshers.
From what I hear, 75% of what's in there is merchandise.
That's what it is.
And there's a few candies and stuff up by the counter.
I saw it, Bing Bong Sweet Shop, and I went, as we record this, it's Tuesday, I went on Monday. As you know, it was very humid yesterday, so I was looking to escape the humidity for a few. I'm like, let's go into this shop. Totally forgetting because my kids were playing with the Pixar ball, which is right there too.
Right.
Totally forgetting that it was the sweet shop. Walked in, looking at the merchandise because just looking at the T-shirts and stuffed. I don't really want to say stuffed animals, but you know what I'm talking about. Looking at that stuff, and then happened to turn my head and said, "Oh, look, they have those ice things. What do you call those things? I almost want to call it a granita."
The ices?
Yeah, those ices. The same ones they have at Wetzel's Pretzels.
Right.
Yeah, in the corner over there. Memory refreshers, different flavors. And then I'm like, oh, crap, I'm in Bing Bong Sweet Shop. That's how much I had no idea.
Because then the other thing, too, is that, we saw that concept art of the big old huge Bing Bong.
Yeah, that's not there yet.
I know, the big old huge Bing Bong.
And I didn't notice
and then all
that.
the rainbows and stuff coming off
I didn't notice that until I saw something today. And I was like, yeah, that wasn't there now that I think about it.
No, there's a freaking thing hanging down where he's supposed to be. His trunk is sticking out. And then there's what looks like a kid's drawing of Bing Bong with his trunk sticking out. And then there's no rainbows on the ceiling, like we were led to believe in the concept art. Because you know how there was supposed to be rainbows coming from where he is?
Yeah.
None of that shit.
The merchandise is like a bigger knickknacks. That's what it was.
That's what I've seen. I've actually seen...
It had the same shirts.
I heard the same thing. I heard that it's basically just a carbon copy of Knickknacks.
Yeah. Minus the concept.
Knickknacks is where they've been carrying a lot of the really cool stuff. So to have another one down there, I guess, makes sense for them, but...
Oh, well, it was all new because it's all the Pixar stuff.
Right.
So it was all new. It's all cool looking, which is why I went in there and was looking at it, and we were messing with stuff, and my kids were, looking at stuff.
Did they have the I'm a Nervous Wreck shirt?
Yeah. I don't remember if I saw that.
Just at the other shop?
Saw that at Knickknacks. I can't remember if I saw it at the sweet shop.
Hey, there's no time for none of your shopping, okay?
I was just asking if they had... No, because I wore that shirt on Saturday, and I've never had... so many people stop me and go, "Your shirt's awesome, bro."
Yeah, I did. I saw
excessive.
That at Knickknacks.
But so I mean, from everything we've heard and I've seen pictures of, and I saw because I saw some pictures that Laughing Place had posted, and I even commented on there. I'm like, "Oh, that's too bad. It doesn't look anything like what it's supposed to." And some dude tried to come back. Well, it just maybe it shouldn't have opened so early. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
No,
if they were going to open it and make it look like this, it should have been open for my freaking Parks Blog party. They could have had it open then.
Yeah.
They could have opened it at the day that Pixar Pier opened. If they're going to open it half-assed, we might as well just have had it open at
What are you going to get? The only thing you're going to get is more decor. Because the merchandise stands were set. You weren't going to move those.
I know, and if that's the way it's going to look, then Big Bong's there's no point in it.
It's not a very deep store, even. I can't remember. What was there before?
A store.
There was a store.
Yeah, I remember what it was. Yeah.
It was another store.
It's the same thing. It's just repurposed. It's the same thing. It is, however, one of the only places there that was air-conditioned. Because I walked into the one that's downstairs when you come off of Toy Story, the ride. Man, I feel bad for the poor girl working in there. She had to have the fan behind the register. It was like, this is not comfortable. It was the only one we found that was actually air-conditioned. Yes.
Yeah, that's super disappointing because, I mean, from what I hear, and is it even any as much like candy and stuff. As
I don't.
Poop Corner.
Let me put it like this:
compared to Poop Corner or the sweet shop on Main Street.
Not at all. Because I tell you right now, Anthony, I don't remember even seeing any candy.
That's fantastic. Because there should have been. I understand that
you call it a sweet shop. I think it's going to be like the one on Main Street.
Exactly. It should have at least had as much candy as Pooh Corner.
No, not at all.
Even though I understand Pooh Corner is connected to a merchandise shop also.
Yeah, but it's half and half.
It's half and half.
That's true.
It's half and half.
This was not that.
Well, it's more of a 60-40. But
not even, and I didn't walk full on up to the memory refreshers area. But I had looked at it. I looked at the menu, but nothing stuck out to me as like, oh look, there's a bunch of candy. I didn't even notice it.
I wonder if they have the bark though.
I couldn't even tell you what they had. Again, I don't even know what.
Yeah, they probably have the bark. I mean,
I'd be down for some unicorn bark. I'll tell you that much.
Now I got to go again. That's all I know.
But yeah, I mean, so from what I hear, the only reason to really go there is the memory refreshers. I've heard the memory refreshers,
which I like. They're good. But they're the same ones that sell Wetzel's pretzels. The container even looks like the same thing.
Is it really?
Well, the same thing that Goofy Glacier stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're redoing Wetzel's.
Well, the difference with these ones, though, is they have multiple flavors, whereas Goofy Glacier is just one flavor.
Yeah, there were like 6 or 7 of them or something. There was a good number of them.
Well, no, not even that, but each flavor is multiple flavors.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to find a picture.
I don't think I've ever had one of this.
Hold on.
But I will get a memory refresher. That I guarantee you.
Hold on. Take a. I'm trying to find the picture of the menu.
Well, on the menu are the 16-ounce Glacier, Rainbow Unicorn, Sunshine in a Cup, Imaginary Pal. I guess it's Slow Burn, and Gloomy Blues, and they're all slightly different colors, and they're $6.49 a piece.
Yeah, I know that the rainbow one. I heard that the Rainbow Unicorn is really good from what I hear, but I know that each of those, like the Rainbow Unicorn, has like orange and grape and pineapple or something in it. That's what I mean. Each one has like multiple flavors.
Oh, gotcha.
Whereas, like the Goofy Glacier is just one flavor, unless you say, give me them all, and then they'll mix all the Goofy Glaciers up for you. But
I didn't know that they do that. I was at the one on Main Street.
Well, they don't really mix it up, but it ends up being layered. But if you say, give me a mix, they'll give you one of each.
Yeah.
Or they'll give you a squirt of each or something. But
suicide.
Yeah, basically. Because I used to do that when they only had the 2 flavors.
Do that at 7-Eleven with the Slurpees.
But yeah, I'm very disappointed. I will go over there for the memory refreshers.
Oh yeah, I love this kind of stuff.
The only thing I'm maybe hoping is that once the actual Inside Out area opens, maybe they'll eventually convert it over. But I don't know. It's really upsetting. I don't know what you're gonna think about it because I know it's the whole idea of it for you, not so much the candy. But I mean, if you're gonna advertise and call yourself a freaking sweet shop, you might want to have some sweets in there.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I'm looking at a picture right here of it, a different picture, and it's got the bagged candy that's just the sour balls and all that kind of stuff, which I didn't even pay attention to because I'm so used to seeing that everywhere you go.
What they do have actually,
anything different.
They had it was marked for Bing Bong Sweet Shop, but they had it up at the shop that we went to with the hats digs. The popcorn, it was like specialty flavored popcorn. They had like fruit punch and cotton candy flavor, and like there was 4 or 5 flavors of popcorn that were not your average. You remember those?
Yeah.
And they were marked for Bing Bong, so I'm sure they had them there as well.
I'm sure, but again, that area is small because here's a picture of the rest of the shop, or one part of the shop.
You don't want to see
actually
anything,
as
right?
you walk in. That's the right hand side of the shop. Look at it; it's all merchandise.
I just want to
racks of shirts and stuffed animals.
Here's the concept art, right? Right. Here's the concept art, all bright
and here's the actual store.
Oh no, here's the actual store.
Let me see.
Can I see it?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Look at the rainbow. It's not even nothing like.
It's not,
it doesn't
it's
even
not
look
the
like
same at all.
Look at, and then look at. See Bing Bong. It's like a picture. It's like a.
He's behind the curtain.
It's behind the curtain.
Don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Damn! Now I would have wished I taken a picture of that yesterday. I just didn't. Again,
that was the first picture I'd seen of the rainbows, but I didn't. I actually didn't even think they were there. But it's even more ridiculous than them not being there.
Are you hungry? Well, they are. It's time for Fat Time in the Parks.
Hey, all right. So we've talked before about the hot dog of the month, quote unquote, over at
the never announced on time one.
Yes, the never announced on time hot dog of the month over at Whitewater Snacks. The hot dog of the month this month was announced on the 18th,
Oh.
And, of course, since we didn't podcast last week, I didn't get to... Well, of course, it wouldn't have mattered because we would have podcast probably on the 18th or on the 16th because it would have been Disneyland's birthday. But, so I'm telling you now that for the next, 4 days, if you guys are...
By the time this drops, yeah.
By the time this drops in the next 4 or 5 days, if you guys are interested, go over to Whitewater Snacks. They now have the Cubano dog going on over there. It is basically a
Sounds Cuban
sandwich with like a hot link or a dog or some sort on it. It looks like it has pickles and cheese and pork and stuff like.
Sounds like
Cuban.
potential for danger.
And
You're a potential for danger.
It sounds good. I like Cuban sandwiches, so I mean it sounds good. But once again, late. How about you guys announcing that on the 1st? That'd be great.
I mean, or somewhere in the first week of the month, right?
Or at least announce something within the first week that it's happening.
What's the point of having a hot dog in the month and announcing it at all if you're not going to announce it towards the beginning of the month?
Right.
I guess they figure it's the middle of the month, so it's in the month. The middle.
When did they announce it? On the 18th. I mean, give me a
18th.
break. That's like 6 days ago, and the month's almost over.
Right.
That's like literally the middle of the month, though, as I'm looking at it. Look at the calendar. Right in the middle.
Right in the middle, but there's more days above than below.
Well, I mean, it's the
2 weeks ahead and 2 weeks below.
Well, no, I mean, the 18th would be, you figure the middle of the month is the 15 and a half. So.
Welfare check comes.
That's when your welfare check comes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, so I went yesterday.
I got food stamps on the 1st.
And I had a num-num.
Oh, the
Actually,
num-nums are
I
awesome.
might have had a couple of num-nums. But anyway.
You had more than one?
Well, I bought more than one because there was a group of 4 of us and we were going to...
Hey, hold on. I just want to call out that he had water with his num-num.
Because I can't drink milk. That's well known here.
Hey, no dairy products.
No, hold on, though. I just want to point out that he sent me a picture of the drink selection, and there was non-dairy drinks there besides water. No, there
Apple
was
juice?
There was almond milk there.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, but hey. So, and I agree, and I came to the conclusion that the only proper drink to get with the Nom Nom from that selection, if you want to have it properly with the Nom Nom, is the 1% milk because it is in the small carton and it can be opened and dipped.
Yeah, which is true.
I don't want to drink 1% milk, but I will dip a cookie in 1%.
I'd rather drink water.
Well, I mean, it is 1%.
I'm a vote for water.
Here's an idea. You get the 1% milk so you could dip your cookie in, because when you're dipping, you're not going to notice that it's 1% milk.
Dan, you weren't here.
Then you buy the chocolate milk and you pour it in there and you mix them together.
No, I was here when he ate his Num Num.
He's very serious. You were here?
I was here when he ate the Num Num, yeah.
Brought the thing home cold instead of eating it hot so that he could have more milk. Not milk in general,
I know.
enough.
I know the whole argument was that carton of milk wasn't enough. He needed that.
Well, no, I didn't even know that they had the carton, actually.
Having had the Num Num,
I knew that they had the chocolate milk.
I know why he's thinking I got to have the milk with it, because it is very, very rich.
It's very rich.
It was very good, too.
I mean, if you had
it tasted just as fine me warming it up in the microwave as it
And you got to be very, very rich to buy one.
Yeah.
True.
That's true, too.
Speaking of
especially
cookies,
if you want to drink with it.
Apparently there's a place in Fountain Valley that serves cookie dough like ice cream. My friend posted about it.
I can go to the store and get cookie dough ice cream there.
Yeah.
No, but it's like a shop.
I didn't think about that one. But anyway, I went through and spent, I think it was just an arm this time instead of an arm and a leg for the Num Num. And because I had to wait because they heated up right there. So I had to wait to get it. We ate it. It did taste like the bottom of a Pizookie. It is
so good.
It is really good, though. It's a really, really good cookie. I did buy a shortbread one, too. And now that I think about it, I didn't eat it. I put it in my backpack for later and I forgot about it.
You got to bring it next week.
No, that's for my kids. We're going to eat that tomorrow.
Oh.
So I'll bring a review next week of what the shortbread one tasted like.
That's the gluten-free one.
No, the gluten-free one is yet another one. So there's 3 cookies there, right? There's the Num Num.
I thought there was just
there's the short. Nope, there's 3. The Num Num, the shortbread, 3. And the gluten-free, which I can't remember the name of it.
I said it last week, or not last week. I said it when I was talking about my Nom Nom. I said that there's a Incredible cookie.
That's what it is. Something like that.
Incredible cookie.
Well, I was going to get one of each, and then I decided I don't have anything against gluten.
I think that's the shortbread one, right?
No, the shortbread one is not the gluten-free one.
So the credit cookie.
The credit cookie is the gluten-free one.
Yeah, I mentioned that last time, or when I was talking about the Nom Nom. I mentioned that there was the other one, but I didn't remember exactly what it was.
We had that, very good, and then walked over to Senor Buzz to get
Fire.
That's right. I got a caliente churro.
Yeah, you sent me a picture.
No,
of
that's
it.
not caliente churro. It's churro.
You get churro later.
Yeah, I got churro from that hot dog.
Yeah.
How did you like the churro?
Oh, I loved it.
It's the same, now it's better hot.
It's better hot.
Okay.
It's better hot. My son was funny because he's actually like, I don't know about that. So I got one and I shared it with him and he ate it and he's like, not that bad. And he's like, even with the cinnamon.
I take it was better there than what it was what I gave you.
Yeah, I liked it, and it, again, very much like Red Hot's Hot Tamales. Went for it.
I'm all
Loved
about the cinnamons.
Yeah, me too. I know about that other one though. It looks weird.
I'm all about the Benjamins.
The Galactic Space one.
That's just a regular churro.
Yeah, with blue stuff in it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're a galactic churro.
Passed by Angry Dog. Might
That's
try
the
that
correct
next time.
use of that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good job. You're learning.
I did one with Dan earlier. You totally missed it.
No, I heard
you
it.
must have been on your phone.
No, I said that was the correct way.
No, another one, not just that one.
Hey, you know what else I saw?
What'd you see?
I also saw the new Incredibles float.
Oh.
The first time I'd seen
I
that.
just missed it. We were watching the parade,
and you were on your phone.
my friend decided that we had to go use our. My friend decided that we were going to miss our Max Pass for Soarin', and she was like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
So
I got on
we
Soarin' in about 10 minutes yesterday.
Saturday it was like we went to use our Max Pass, and it turned out that there was no line whatsoever, and we walked right on. Something else that I noticed that had changed, and you can tell me if it's already been discussed or not, but we were in Toontown, and there's a backstage door that's really big, and it's between Minnie's house and the garage. They're big blue doors, and they have like dog bones for handles.
That's the one the characters come out of, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's where a lot of time kids come out of there with bands and stuff like that.
Right. So I've always said that those are the doors I want to lead into my kingdom. So I know those doors real well. If I ever have like a kingdom or some sort of large estate someday, which probably will never happen, but those would be the doors I'd want to lead in. So I was taking my friend over there to show them. I turned the corner, and these doors are covered in vinyl that look like polka dot Minnie Mouse. I'll show you a picture. I was mind blown. I'd never seen anything like it. I went up close.
What did you say they wore before? Blue?
Yeah, they're like a fake wood blue.
Yeah, I remember those doors.
And
yeah, I walked through those.
Now
many
they're
times when
polka dot.
Wow.
They're polka dot Minnie Mouse, but it's vinyl. It's just
Right.
like a
cover.
it's a cover.
A wrap. There you go.
So it's a wrap, exactly. But even the handles, it's wrapped out enough that even the handles are different. So there's only one cast member around. I said, "How long has this wrap been here for?" He was like, "Oh, it's been here a few months." I said, "Are you sure? How long have you worked here?" It's like, I mean, this has been here since,
Because I'm sure you go to Toontown so often.
I don't, but that's why I asked. I do try to go reasonably often, but nonetheless, he tried to tell me that they were changing things around to look more like Minnie, and that was the new permanent look. But I don't know why they would cover beautiful faux wood doors with vinyl.
I don't know.
If it was Mickey, I would say it has something to do with Mickey 90, but
it's not. It's Minnie's polka dot.
So it's closer to her
Which
house.
got announced at Comic-Con. Mickey 90 got announced at Comic-Con.
So if anybody listening knows anything about when these doors were, I'll send the picture to Diggs and he can put it up. When the doors were changed, I'll have to find a picture of the doors from before. I have one somewhere. Maybe somebody can give us some information.
All right, well, we got some Blu-ray announcements, stuff coming to home video, and one of the first ones is very surprising and exciting, Down at Fraggle Rock. Finally coming to Blu-ray.
Whoa.
Who's that?
Fraggle Rock is coming to Blu-ray on September 25th for its 35th anniversary.
Cool.
All 96 episodes are being remastered in HD with... I never understood what lossless audio meant, but I'm sure you do.
No, I don't.
Okay. It has something to do with audio.
And you don't lose it.
Yeah, don't lose it. So, cool, and it's a nice set. Like I said, it's for 35th anniversary. Looks like it comes with a little booklet.
And they're going to sell like 10 copies.
It's coming from Sony Home Entertainment. Okay, and then we also got the announcement that Solo, that movie that nobody went and saw.
I saw it.
I saw it twice.
Star Wars story.
3 times? Maybe 3 times.
I want to see it again.
I do want to see it again. Will be coming to home video. It will be coming to digital because, they have their whole thing where they like to release it on digital first. It will be coming to digital on September 14th. And then it will be coming to 4K, Ultra HD, Blu-ray, all those freaking formats and stuff on September 25th. And it will have 8 deleted scenes and a boatload of bonus features.
One of the booths that I went to at Comic-Con, might have been the Mattel one, had a fantastic, speaking of Solo, here's a picture of it, diorama of the scene where they try to...
I saw parts of it.
Oh my God. It was amazing. What do you call that thing? Where they're trying to steal?
The mag train.
The mag train, yeah. The mag train. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw pictures of it. I didn't see a picture this good, though.
Yeah.
I just saw people taking pictures of parts of it.
Oh, no, I took a panoramic really shot, yeah.
Did you see just real fast, did you see the Jurassic World toy setup?
No, I missed that one.
Oh,
that was
Did you see pictures of it, though?
No, I don't think I did.
Dang.
Again, some of those booths are so packed. And then if they do a signing at a booth, you ain't getting in that area. I didn't even get to see the Shazam costumes because the DC booth was doing signings. Did you say the date for Solo?
September 25th on video. Also, because I have it right here in front of me, I just want to... I don't remember what the exact day was, but coming this fall to video, Batman the Animated Series for the first time on Blu-ray, finally.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
That's going to include all 109 episodes of Batman the Animated Series and the new Batman Adventures, both Mask of the Phantasm and Sub-Zero movies, and then a bunch of new features and stuff.
And that'll all be on the DC Universe.
All right, so real quick, you were talking about the Fraggle Rock and the lossless audio. It's when, since, that was back in the day, and when you get a file and you want to convert it into a digital, the low ends and the high ends will be lost because you're trying to, do the digital copy of it. So the lossless audio will get those low frequencies and the high frequencies, and they actually put them back in, and you'll have awesome audio instead of having lousy sounding.
7.1?
Something like that.
That makes a lot of sense because I've known that term. I just never understood what it meant. But I've been hearing that term for probably at least 10 years.
That's why some of the stuff I watch on YouTube,
a lot of the stuff, because it used to come up a lot on when I would download movies or TV shows or files, computer files of stuff. Oh, yeah, sorry.
U.S. government's listening.
And it used to always come up, and it would actually be mentioned sometime in the file description that it would come with blah, 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 5.1, lossless audio, and blah, 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 and just showing... I guess that they had converted the audio on it to something good. So that's cool. Right on. Thanks for info time with Diggs.
Hey, I try.
And then also actually came out today on Blu-ray was Gravity Falls. Complete Blu-ray collection came out today. That's pretty awesome. I actually just finished. I actually finally watched that series all in order because I had been seeing a lot of episodes out of order on Disney Channel or in Disney XD, and yeah, that's a great show. Anybody who hasn't seen Gravity Falls definitely needs to watch that show. It's like fantastic, and that came out on Blu-ray today. And then also an original graphic novel called Lost Legends of 4 different Gravity Falls comic stories came out. Also, it was really cool. They did a really... have you ever seen Gravity Falls at all?
Yes.
You know Shmebbylock?
No.
Okay.
I don't know the characters.
That's the... it was one of the weird gnomes.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the gnomes. He has kind of a weird face. That's Shmebbylock.
Oh, okay.
He's actually in the very first episode. And they had a really funny trailer where it was like it was really long or else I would play it. But it was like a real life toy Shmebbylock. Like, it was just like an infomercial, and it was a Shmebbylock Talks, but he just says Shmebbylock. And but then he's alone with the kids, and he starts talking about all kinds of stuff. He's like, "Oh, I can only speak once every 1,000 years," and blah blah blah. You ever seen Gravity Falls?
Only pieces of it.
Okay. You never seen any of the ones with the gnomes?
No.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty funny. So, anyways, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, if you guys are into Gravity Falls, you should definitely go check out that graphic novel. And get that Blu-ray.
Blu-ray, yeah. Do people even make DVDs anymore?
Well, Gravity Falls actually was already out on DVD.
Oh, okay.
So
not anymore. Bye.
Yeah, this was they just did an upgrade of.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I don't.
So,
yeah, it's needed.
Yeah, I'm glad when they go back and put stuff on Blu-ray. There's a lot of things that really make me mad that they don't put on Blu-ray. Like, I'm still gonna be forever mad that I have like the first 5 seasons of The League on Blu-ray, and then when they got to season 6, they decided not to put it on Blu-ray anymore.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, that's super dirty.
Usually it's the other way around.
Oh.
They do it on DVD, and then all of a sudden the later ones come out on Blu-ray.
Oh, right.
They don't
Yeah,
go back
I know.
and do the old
oh,
ones.
yeah,
They're
Smallville.
Doctor Who did that.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But then they actually went back and put them all on Blu-ray and
Oh,
a
I know
set.
that.
But
by then I stopped buying.
But yeah, Smallville, like the last 2 seasons or 3 seasons are on Blu-ray.
Well, then they did me dirty too, because some of them will just do like, oh, we'll give you season 7, but like the first 4 episodes.
Psych is one of those. They did like season 4 in Blu-ray, and I guess the sales were bad, and they never did another one. That was the only season they came out on Blu-ray. I'm like, that's stupid. Why would you even do that? So everybody needs to have like that thing, that Warner Brothers thing. Do you know how the Warner Brothers has that Warner Brothers archive thing where you can actually order like Blu-rays or DVD? I know they were doing DVDs. I don't know if they're doing Blu-rays, but it's on demand.
Oh, really?
Where you just order it and they'll press it and send it to you. Basically, they were doing DVDs for a long time. They were doing a lot of the older Hanna-Barbera shows and stuff that they know that, you know, because, you know, they came out with a lot of those Hanna-Barbera shows in those box sets, but then they didn't sell. So what they started doing was they were like, okay, well, if you want this stuff, you can order it. It might take us some time to get it to you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's pennies on the dollar for them to do that.
Oh, yeah, it's nothing for them to do that, especially if they already have the digital copies that they could just put it on there.
Yeah.
But I think everybody should do that.
Why wouldn't you digitize pretty much everything?
Pretty much. I mean, I would. There's so much stuff that.
Well, for archiving, just even for archiving, it's worth it for you to digitize it
Right.
with lossless audio, apparently, because it digs.
Yeah.
Time for the mail?
All right, yeah, it's time for the mail, and I have a email here from July 4th.
Oh, well.
Because I forgot to read it last time.
Who's that from?
It's from Fancy Nancy.
Hey.
She's back.
I forgot.
Apparently, she's been back.
Yeah, I forgot to read this, so I don't know. She's probably behind anyway. So here we go. She says, "Hi guys, miss me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I'm still your favorite, or not." She says, "I'm working today, but I really want to kick myself because I didn't load most of the recent podcasts, so it's all the old stuff. What number are you on now? 276? Ha ha ha." All right, she says, episode 125, Alien Fresh Jerky. What was the best food item at Pixar Fest?
Nom nom.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree at that.
What's that?
The best food item at the Pixar Fest.
Sorry, I was doing a Tim.
You weren't paying attention.
I was doing a Tim. I could do it once in a while.
Yeah.
Best thing at Pixar Fest?
Best food.
The best food? Oh, the angry hot dog.
Oh, that's what Elizabeth would say too.
I'm
Elizabeth
not
would
an
say
angry hot dog kind of guy.
If I had had the chicken fresh,
Could not end well, I'm telling you.
if I had had the chicken fresh,
Totally.
it could have been the chicken. It might have been the chicken, but I can't say for sure. So I'm just gonna say the hot dog. I mean, the cookie's good, but there's nothing unique about it. You can get that anywhere. In fact, you can get it at BJ's.
True.
Pizza.
Beer.
That sounds good.
Sports.
You don't know how bad I want a pizza right now.
You know, I want one of their black cherry sodas.
Ooh, I like black cherry.
Ooh, I'd do a black cherry soda with a num num. That's what oh yeah, because I eat it with a Pizookie.
Ooh.
All right, next question is, did you try the pineapple donut? How was it?
Hey, I heard the pineapple donut. I saw the pineapple donut was back.
It's been back for like a couple weeks now. I think it's not selling out as it did before. That's why Disney posts every day, hey, we have a pineapple donut. Every day they like posting about it. I don't eat pineapple, so I wouldn't try it at all. You guys?
I've never bought a donut at Disneyland, but I do like pineapple, so I think I'm going to put that on my list of things to do. I'm going to go Monday because Monday's my birthday.
We're going to go on Monday.
We're going to go Monday. Let's go Monday. Who's down?
No, not doing it.
Dirty.
I'm just kidding. Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Have you tried it,
I'm going to go
Tim?
during the day.
I was just kidding about the no, but I'll try to make it.
Have you tried it, Tim?
No, they didn't have it when I went to go get it.
Okay. So Dan's going to try it on Monday, and we'll let you know how it is.
Yeah, I'll make that a point. Something to do. Try a pineapple donut. Got it.
All right, she says, Anthony, you paying attention?
Yes.
Am I on drugs, but did you say you were going to Disney World? Did you already go, or did you say you've already been there?
I've been there. I was there in. I I believe it was 2001 into 2002. I was there for New Year's. And I went to Disney World. I only got to go to one park, and that was Disney MGM Studios. So, because I knew it was the park that had the most rides that I had not been on.
Oh, yeah, because the
Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror were basically the two reasons why I wanted to go there. So, situations and circumstances didn't allow me to go to any other parks.
You went pre-Avatar.
Oh, it was way it was before Animal Kingdom, when nobody was going to Animal Kingdom. Let's put it that way.
Is it pre-Everest?
Oh, way pre-Everest. It's like I said, it's when nobody was going to Animal Kingdom. The only thing that was at Animal Kingdom at the time, I think, was the dinosaur ride.
All right, she says, "Happy birthday, Tim. I'm just 3 months behind. Better late than never."
Yeah.
Thank you. As long as you're listening.
She says, we'll email again soon, Nancy.
Thanks, Nancy.
That's funny.
I'm sure you'll hear this in 2 months.
Well, I was late with her email, so. All right, the next email is from Wreck-It Rachel.
Hey! Regular Rachel's in the house. She's both.
All right, subject line, hope all is well.
That must be for you.
I know, huh? She says, "Hey guys, I'm writing this the day after Diggs' surgery. I hope all went well and you had a smooth recovery. Today my friends are at the park without me. Dirty."
Yeah, that's dirty.
No, really, it's fine.
No, it's dirty.
They are there with their husbands drinking. I have no husband and I don't drink, so really it's fine. She says, "Really. I'm gonna wreck it. Hopefully by the time you read this, I've seen Ant-Man. That is my plan for the coming week."
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
You know, I did see Ant-Man, and I will say that it's way better than I expected it to be. I didn't like the first one. I really did. I thought it was
we already
slow.
talked about Ant-Man.
We did.
You guys saw Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it yet.
Oh, you hadn't seen it when we saw it.
I saw it a few days ago, and it was. I didn't like the first one. I thought they tried to get too serious with Ant-Man, and he's not a serious character. And this new one was way funny. It was hilarious, and I thought they did a really good job.
So this is her question. She says, "Is there something at the parks you've never done before?" And I don't mean like once as a kid. I mean never ever. I have never done the canoes, and I've never been on Grizzly River Rapids.
I have a big one for this.
She says, hold on. She says, wet underwear and shoes is no bueno for me.
Oh, socks, wet socks.
Until next week, Rachel. Well, Rachel, if you listen to Michael the Mail Guy's tip of the week, he always takes extra pair of underwear.
I still don't understand that one. Is it under his hat?
It might be.
I think that you bring an extra pair of socks before underwear, though, right?
Yeah.
He has it next to his vape.
I'll let you guys go first.
He wraps it around his vape, in fact.
Right.
That's the smell.
All right. Well, I already said I've never been on the Flix Flyers.
Okay.
So I've never been on that. I could care less to go on it. If I was with someone and say, "Hey, let's go on this," okay, I'll go.
You just haven't had the opportunity or taken the opportunity.
There you go.
Well, Monday, guess what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
I'll go. I have no objections to going on that. Another thing I've never done. I never went on the Maliboomer. I had no desire to go on that. So.
Nope. I loved the Boomer. That was really one of my favorite rides in the whole park at that point.
And I've never been on Astro Orbiter.
Oh, in the front of Tomorrowland.
Right.
Interesting.
Nope, me neither.
I think that's it for me.
So since Anthony chimed in, anything else, or just the Orbiter?
I mean, I haven't been on anything in Bugs Land.
You've been on none of those rides.
None of the rides. In
so
Bugs
on
Land.
Monday.
No. What? No.
Apparently.
No, I haven't been on any of the rides in Bugs Land. I probably won't. Yeah, I never went on Maliboomer. No. I never went on Mulholland Madness.
I've been on that.
When it was Wait, no, I did go on it with Mulholland Madness. What am I talking about? No, the limousine ride I never went on.
But you've been on Monsters, Inc.
But I've been on Monsters, Inc.
Same difference.
And I never saw Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh, I did. That was pretty cool.
Wait, did current or past?
What?
Did she say current or past?
Oh, I don't know.
Ever.
Oh, because I've never done Millionaire, but that's long since gone.
Yeah.
I never saw the ABC 7 Soap Stars either, but don't care.
I never went in there.
Oh, we went in there when it first opened.
You say we did. I still don't remember.
Well, because you didn't remember it existing at all, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, no, because we went in there No, because then we went in there when it changed over to the first
Playhouse.
Playhouse. When it changed over to Playhouse, we went in there and watched the one of the first shows.
I still don't.
He doesn't remember that either. But yeah, I wanted to go in there just to check it out how the restaurant was because it was
the Disney Friends thing.
What? No,
where the ABC 7 Stars used to be. It's now Playhouse Disney.
Yeah.
But when it first opened, it was that soap opera.
Yeah, they used to have them signing autographs and stuff.
Right.
They used to have soap opera stars there.
I've done all that stuff. The only thing that I have not done, and I'll start with DCA because that one doesn't really matter to me. I just never been on the Jumpin' Jellyfish.
I've been on that.
Yeah, none of the Rose rides over there I've been on.
But in Disneyland, and everyone always gives me crap for it, the only thing that I've never ridden is Storybook.
Oh, get out.
What?
Never been on Storybook. And
I haven't been on it in a really long time.
On Saturday, my friend tried to, as always, get me to ride Storybook, and I put my foot down and said, absolutely not. Because it's the only thing that I've never done, and if I've done everything, there's no reason to go back. And really, it's the only thing I haven't done, that I need to do that before I die. So if I save it and I never do it, then I can't.
What if you die just all of a sudden?
Then I can't die. Then I'm an idiot.
Well, there you go. So you should ride it.
So
I've only been on once, and then I died.
No, I don't want to. If I haven't gone on it, then potentially I can't die. So it's kind of like if I go, I could die at any moment, and then I'm kind of doing myself in.
Could be literally dead in the water.
Wait, so that's the only thing you haven't been on, and that's your excuse for not going on
Disneyland? Is I've never been on Storybook, and here's the thing: I've seen the ride. I've been on Casey Jr. I know what it looks like.
Of all the ridiculous takes you've ever had on this podcast, that's one of the most ridiculous that you've ever had. Is that you won't go on a ride
because I've never been on it,
which is actually a really cool ride.
I can see the ride from Storybook.
No, you can't.
I know what it. Yeah,
you can't.
You
can't. How do you know that if you've never been on it?
From Casey Jr.,
no, you can't.
You can see the boats below. Back me up at least on that. You can see the boats below.
You don't see the inside of the whale.
Well, no, you don't see the inside.
Well, a lot of the
whale.
miniatures,
the lamp.
There's so many of the miniatures you can't see from.
Oh, you can't see the lamp in the cave.
You can't
either.
see any of the miniatures.
Apparently not. I'm going to have to miss out until I am ready to die.
You see a lot of the pathways, but you don't get to see.
So until I'm ready to accept death as a possibility, I just can't go on.
Understood.
Even based on false pretenses.
Well, regardless of what they are.
Anyway,
I have my reasons.
It's not the only ride you haven't been on.
I bet that Rachel understands.
What? No,
I bet that Rachel
doubt.
understands.
She probably is listening right now and thinking you're a dumbass.
I think Rachel understands.
No.
And you're saying that I have not been on other rides there?
Yeah.
Which ones?
I don't know. Probably something.
Been on the canoes, been on the blasters, been on the teacups, been on all the dark rides.
You went on every ride in the past that you lived for?
Everything that I was alive for except for Storybook.
You went on Mike Fink keelboats?
Yes, I've been on a keelboat.
Liar.
No, I have.
Liar.
I'm only going to do current incarnation. That's all that matters. I think just Golden Zephyr. I think that's it, and no particular reason against it.
Just don't get it.
It's just I haven't been on that. What was the one that was in the big orange?
There's a swing.
The swings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably the other one.
It's what became
it's the
Silly
same
Symphony.
It's the same ride.
Okay.
It's the same ride, just with no orange.
It's just those two.
And there's Silly Symphony music playing.
Yeah, I haven't been on the swings either.
Because you know that Silly Symphony ride that's been there for so long? Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
I was there when the day opened.
I think part of it is I'm afraid I exceed the weight limit.
Oh, that's, all those rides over there is how I look at them.
But I've been on the jellyfish, though. So.
Me too.
Jumping jellyfish.
I even did Whoopi when she was there.
Whoa.
All
right. Thank you for your email, Wreck-It Rachel. Appreciate that. All right. Our next email is from Mr. Knight.
Hey, 2 weeks in a row?
Yes.
All
and
right.
his subject line is hot as F and fat time at the parks. Now, this is a very, very lengthy email, and it has pictures.
Wow. Wait, what was he going to do? He was going to do something.
He's going to eat.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so let me start with this. It's all right, guys. So sorry about the delay. I was supposed to get this email out to you for the podcast, but better late than never, right? So, man, was it hot at Disney on Friday? There was pros and cons of being in Disneyland when it's hot. the pros. Everything literally becomes a walk-on. True. We got to ride Jungle Cruise, Indiana Jones, Pirates, Mansion, and Thunder in about an hour and a half.
Wow.
Except for Splash, right? Splash is the only. It's like that whole section of the park becomes a cluster F, and then everything else is walk on.
This parking is so much easier. The parks felt so empty. The cons, it's effing hot. Temperature got to up to 112 and just.
Oh, he was there that week?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and just did 108 till the sun went down. The humidity is in certain areas felt so horrible and almost unbearable. Mickey's Toontown and near Autopia.
Yeah, those are kind of bad areas when it's hot, huh?
Yeah, huh?
I don't want to go anywhere near Autopia when it's hot.
All in all, it was a trip that was worth it. You just got to plan ahead and have clothes that are comfortable and will help dissipate the heat.
Change of underwear?
There you go. Take it and a supply. You got to have some supply. Take as many breaks as possible, meaning get some free cold water from sit-down restaurants and find a spot in the shade and cool off.
A lot of shopping.
Yeah, huh? Do stuff that is also fresh. Moments with Mr. Lincoln, Tiki Room, and the cinema. So go in there and get some nice air conditioning. The biggest thing of all, go with the mindset that you're going to have fun. Doing that helps set up the whole afternoon, where it was quite funny to watch people complain about the heat and bitch about being hot. My tip of the week, or more like hot weather, Under Armour compression heat gear. This material helps a lot, sure does. It keeps your sweating down and just makes everything more bearable and much more comfortable as it breathes easier.
Yeah, I got to look into that stuff.
Oh, it does, because, Under Armour was made for, athletes, because back in the day, athletes wearing a t-shirt and it gets all wet and soaked, and that's all heavy from your sweat. Under Armour makes it more that it spreads out and you don't get the heaviness of a wet t-shirt.
You wear that underneath the shirt?
You wear it as an undershirt.
As an undershirt.
Yeah.
You never had a wicking shirt before?
For golf.
Well.
But not a compression shirt like that.
Oh. It's basically the same thing.
All right. On to my tasting review of the Ratatouille 3-course meal. First picture was of the specialty cheese flight and the first course. So I personally didn't taste any of this since I'm not that fancy.
I can vouch for the fact that it's bomb.
He says, however, my girlfriend seemed to love the plate to the point that everything was gone. She did mention that the combination of the honey, walnuts, dried raisins, and the cheese on the top right was super delicious.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And made the platter worth it. We've pictures.
We've had this twice now. We went for like a date, Elizabeth and I, and then we went to...
You had it again?
And then we went and met up with some friends and ordered only the cheese flight, which is basically half the cost of the Ratatouille dinner. And just the cheese flight was like, it's just amazing. You mix all these flavors together, kind of like Remy or Remy's brother in the movie. He like shoves all the different stuff in his mouth, and all the flavors mix, and it's just really, really good.
He says, we only ordered one of those, so my entree was the Bourbon Street chicken. Now my review on this was dirty.
Oh.
I have tried several different foods from Disney, and I never have been so disappointed in the food. The picture may look like it's delicious, but it was so bland that I only ate it because I was hungry. The chicken was so bland, no seasoning at all, and the sauce was so non-existent that I literally was like, can I just get my money back? The rice and beans was better than the chicken, and had a surprising kick to it, which I honestly was not expecting. The carrots were so dry that it let me down. The Brussels sprouts were probably the best thing on the plate, and that should be a sign that it was a letdown.
That's dirty, Mr. Knight.
That's extra dirty.
Brussels sprouts.
It looks good, but
I'm a pass.
The second course. On the 3-course meal, shrimp ratatouille. Now, the picture on the guide is completely different from what was served. One word for this, bomb. The vegetables were cut unevenly, which kind of made it look sloppy, but the flavor was good, and it literally reminded me of the movie. That face that Elton Eagle makes as soon as he tastes it, yeah, that was me as soon as I tasted it. Yeah, it was full of flavor and so delicious. I wanted to eat the whole plate and lick the soft plate. That is funny.
Don't judge.
You know, we had this ratatouille special, and I ordered the vegetarian version, which is basically just the same thing without the shrimp, which they make special. And hers with the shrimp came out real tender, and it was easy to cut through with her fork and eat it. And mine was like everything was undercooked. I was a little disappointed. I sent mine back for an extra cheese flight, but Elizabeth liked hers a lot.
All right, he says the last course was a berry stuffed beignet a la mode. Now, I have beignets before, but some are a hit and some are a miss. Now, this one was a big hit. The berry stuffing with the vanilla ice cream and the actual dough made it so delicious. Good contrasting flavors and consistency, along with the hot and cold combo, just made this dessert so delicious. Totally worth it, and was really hard to share between two people. I don't like sharing my desserts. I really don't. I hate it when you go to a restaurant.
I like sharing food.
If you have a girl or something, and like
I don't like sharing.
No,
I do not like sharing. I'm just like, I want it all.
Oh,
I don't want to share it.
I don't share drinks for nothing. I don't care who you are.
Not even your kids?
Nope. Can't. I do not.
That's Dad's drink.
Yeah.
The hell out of here.
Don't touch it. Chances are pretty good I bought you your own. Drink that.
All right, so for my first course, I ordered the pommes frites. Now, this was the first time having these and was surprised how good they were. These were really good and have now fallen second in my favorite French fry list. Number one is the truffle fries from, he says, IPIC Theaters. All in all, the 3-course meal, I think, was worth it, and the $36 per person isn't that bad at all. But I go out of my way and make a reservation so I can order it again. I'm like 50-50. If there was a way that I could swap out the cheese platter for the fries, then it's a definite yes that I would. Overall, it was a good meal, and for the most part, everything was enjoyable and not expensive. So he says he wants to make this a weekly or a bi-weekly thing where I give reviews on many foods that I have tried or look forward to and provide pictures to make you guys all hungry.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think. Let me know what you all think. And here's my small attempt of a funny goodbye a la Anthony asks. So till next time, always remember that when it's 100 plus outside, it's probably a good idea to drink some water and go to Disney. I'm Mr. Knight, and adios, caballeros.
That's good. I like that.
Anthony S.
Hey, I love the idea of doing a weekly or bi-weekly review of your foods and things like that.
That time at Mr. Knight.
We don't mind that. That'd be nice.
Yeah, the boy likes to eat.
I think any contribution is definitely welcome.
Exactly. So, Mr. Knight,
his Facebook, he's always posting pictures of food and stuff.
I'll agree that if you can deal the heat, man, if you can deal with it, Disneyland's great in the heat because a lot of less people around. There's, not nearly as many people. It was real hot when we were there on Saturday, but it was still only about 85, 86 degrees.
I can take that.
However, the humidity was like at 75%. So it was, I peed when we got to the structure when we parked.
Then you didn't go.
And I did not pee until we crossed over at 10:15 to go to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And I drank like 7 bottles of water. We just sweat it all out.
Yeah, exactly.
It was...
Did you smell like Comic-Con?
I probably, yeah. I can only imagine. But yeah, it was like something like 10 and a half hours of not using the bathroom and drinking a ton of water simply because it was really, really hot and we were sweating. But it wasn't that busy. It wasn't empty, but it wasn't that busy. And one of the cast members at the City Hall, it was the hub, the City Hall section and the hub where they have the information kiosk, told us that since April, Saturdays have been less busy than Mondays. And
well, I was there yesterday, and it was pretty busy.
Yeah.
It was 80. I didn't get on that credit coaster because it was an 80-minute wait still.
Yeah, he said Mondays have been like one of the busiest days of the week, and that Saturdays have been like not the busiest day. I don't know what he word.
Blackouts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, it's the blackouts, and I don't know what else. Just people trying to avoid the crowds, probably, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, probably. Hey, does Disney sell deodorant behind the counter along with the Tums and the Robitussin?
Go find out.
You know, a good suggestion. Since we're in the mail, tip of the week from Tim, I guess. My friend was feeling a little faint on Saturday and just needed like a moment to collect himself. And he kept asking, "Is there a companion bathroom anywhere around here?" He doesn't come to the park all the time. And he kept asking me, "Is there one of those like bathrooms where they change the kids or something? Like, I just need like a moment where there's nobody around and I can splash some water on my face and, you know, sit down for a second."
You didn't tell me you can go to the Toontown fountains and
go swimming? No.
Hold on, wait. After this, I'm gonna find out who that is. I need to ask you about that.
But we were right by Starbucks on Main Street, and I said, after thinking for a few minutes and asking a couple cast members where there was a companion bathroom, I determined that really the fastest thing to do was walk them through the stores and take them to first aid. They're not going to ask any questions. And it was really you telling me about being able to take your shot, and nobody says
taking
anything.
a nap when he was sick.
Yeah, and he went in. I sat outside waiting. He took maybe 10 minutes or so. He splashed some water on his face. I think maybe he changed his socks or something because we had been on splash. His feet were wet. Again, and it was a cot. He said, or like he didn't say cot. He said full bed. He laid down for a couple minutes. Just collected himself, came out within 10, 15 minutes, and was like, "Oh my God, I feel like so much better." And that was the nicest bathroom I've ever been in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And they never asked him anything. They didn't say,
they're glad to have something to do.
Are you okay, sir? You know, nothing like that. It was just, you know, he's feeling a little bit like he needs a moment, and they just
a lot of times when I go on the first aid, there's like 5 or 6 of them standing out there on the counter.
Yeah, that's how it was.
And I don't like, I want to go up to the counter and say, "I need a room so I can do my insulin."
Right. You don't want to leave them guessing.
No. I what I'm saying is I want to go up to the counter and say, "I need a room to do my insulin." I don't want to be in the door and that's when they're asking, "How can we help you?" I just walked in. And there's people, I don't want to say, "I need a room to do my insulin." Right. Everyone's business, they don't even know what's going on. I usually wait till I get up there, but they're asking me right when I walk in, "How can we help you?"
Yeah.
I'm just like,
yeah, that's how it was. There was 4 of them, and I just said my friend would like to use a companion restroom, and I knew that you had one in here, and they said, "Oh," and they went in, they made sure it was cleaned up or whatever, and then he had a place to hang out for a few minutes, and he was like, "Dude, thank you so much. Like, I don't know what I would have done without you. We probably would have had to cross into DCA and either go to their first aid or go to the companion restroom near the front of the park, right?" Where's the closest one to?
By the guided tours.
Ah, yes, there's one by guided tours. Okay, I could not. No one could tell us, and I couldn't remember.
And the other one is it's closed. Never mind.
At Aladdin.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, I know there's one. I know where there's.
And then there's
a couple
one
in
by.
DCA,
There's one by Autopia. The bathrooms over there.
Yeah.
There's one there, and then there's one over there at Fantasyland Theater.
Oh yeah, there
and
definitely
then there's
is
one at Hungry Bear.
Autopia.
The bathrooms, Autopia. The bathrooms.
There's a companion one there?
There's a brand new one. It's brand new.
It's like right before you go in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the right side.
Oh.
It's brand new. They opened last year.
Yeah. They need more of them in Disneyland. There's only a few. But
I knew where the ones were because my daughter, when she was younger, had a little bit of anxiety about. Have you ever heard that? Like, kids have anxiety about using the public restroom because of the flush.
No.
Because of the automatic flushing.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a thing.
We never had that when we were little, so.
Right. Yeah, I know.
So I guess I don't know about that.
I knew where all the companion ones were. Why do I not know about the one in Tomorrowland? I'm gonna look now.
It's
a new one.
Regular bathrooms, and it's just right there on the right side.
Now, and if you're in DCA where the first aid is separate from the baby situation, does the baby area have a companion bathroom?
I can't tell you.
You haven't been to that one?
I've never been in there.
We're gonna have to check that one out.
You guys have a baby and find out.
Well,
let us know in 9 months.
I mean, really, the baby area has nurses in it, so that's why I was wondering.
All right, next email is from James Rowan.
Oh, there's more emails.
Yes, we have more emails. Just keep talking. This is not from Down Under, though. His subject line is dirty. It says, hey, MousePIRE, or should I say MousePIRE with a 0. It's Monday when I'm writing this, so Diggs should already be home from his surgery. I hope it went well, and he's on the fast track to recovery. Well, I'm trying. Not sure how the Dirty Award works, but I think Anthony should get one for his boycott of Star Wars.
Yes.
He said he was just trolling Tim, but I don't know. Seemed real to me. I bet a lot of listeners got sucked into it too. I know I did. Dirty. That said, does this mean we can look forward to an in-depth solo review after all?
We're going to have to all watch it. You know, when it comes out on Blu-ray, we can all watch it again and we can talk about it.
That's a Blu-ray review, though. That doesn't review the movie.
Yeah, no. We don't know if it's going to happen. We'll have to see.
No one watched it. We did. We enjoyed it.
We loved it.
All right, he says, I had to laugh when you guys started talking about the whole your topic. You're
Oh.
Well, you're a...
My wife and I have been doing that to each other for years.
Try your face. That one's good, too.
Pretty much every time one of us use a big word. Every time you guys do that, it makes me laugh a little. I think that is one of the reasons I like the podcast so much. You guys sound like the voices I heard growing up. When I hear your voices and interactions, I feel like I'm back at home in San Jose. It's kind of a warm, fuzzy feeling. Kind of like Chewbacca.
We're glad it's warm and fuzzy.
Yeah. That's right.
You're a warm and fuzzy feeling. We're glad that it's warm and fuzzy when someone talks crap to you. Because that's basically all we're doing,
right? He says, I hope you guys are staying cool down there. Catch you next time, James.
Man, it's hot.
It is H-O-T.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your email there, James. Appreciate that.
Well, Dan, are you going to do a live email for us, or
no?
You feel like you've already done that in the form of earlier?
Do I see? But no, you know what? I Michael today. Oh no, would you post the birthday thing today? Was that today?
Yeah,
post the birthday thing, and he tried to come in there like, thanks to Michael, the OG mail guy, for making it so entertaining or something during his time there or whatever.
Yeah,
it's gotten better since.
Oh.
So yeah, today is our birthday, what we said earlier, and Michael posted...
Tres años anniversaries. Like that?
No.
Oh, well, I tried.
He says, thank you to Michael, the OG mail guy, for making the podcast the best while he was there.
Yeah, something like that. That's dirty.
Wait,
so he said it himself?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to be gone, but he'd have to stop going to Disneyland all day and the Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Now and SeaWorld and playing Tron with his uncle.
I had the year of all the passes. I've been there.
He's got Magic Mountain. Like, come on, Michael. Let's get on the podcast.
It's the year of no rent.
Oh.
That's why. See, man, I got to renew in a couple weeks.
All right, so thank you for your email there, Fancy Nancy. Sorry I didn't get to yours because I forgot. You're late on the podcast, so I was late on your email. Also, thank you, Wreck-It Rachel and Mr. Knight and James. Thank you for your email.
We should say thank you, Wreck-It Rachel, for being so regular.
There you go. And if anybody else have any comment, questions, your own tip of the week, your own food reviews of the park, anything you've tried or anything like that, or any type of comments or whatever, all you have to do is email us.
mousepire@gmail.com.
Or send a message to the page.
Message Tim and nobody else.
Yep. Don't message me. Things will happen.
And you know who started following me on Instagram? I think it's Giselle.
Yeah.
Yeah, started following me
Tried
on
to
Instagram
follow you?
too. No,
Giselle
she
follows Elizabeth as well.
Yeah.
I have one more thing that I completely forgot. It was actually from the DuckTales panel.
Woo!
And that's the announcement of a certain trio that's coming to DuckTales in Season 2.
The Caballeros?
The three Caballeros.
Oh, that's right.
Are coming to DuckTales in Season 2.
That's
I completely
right.
forgot about that because I think I didn't. I don't know if I actually had a post about that or if I had just responded to a post about that. So, yeah, the DuckTales will be having the three Caballeros.
What are their names?
Donald.
Yes.
And the other two Caballeros.
Jose Carioca and Panchito Pistolas.
You know, speaking of the three Caballeros, we talked about a Filipino, only in the Philippines new cartoon, remember?
Yes.
And I had actually sent you the link to watch, didn't I?
Sure.
No, I'm trying to remember. No, I found it.
I don't know if you found it, but I did find a link from YouTube to watch them all. I haven't yet watched them all, but I will watch them at some point.
Yeah, it's not just in the Philippines if you just know how to search.
Well, it's
the internet.
Just because, somebody recorded them from the TV, and then I'm sure to watch them.
Most likely.
All right, so real quick, speaking of Giselle the Gazelle, I just want to get a quick shout out to her because she did message me while I was in the hospital asking how I was doing. So I appreciate that.
I messaged you this time too.
Yeah, I wasn't in the hospital when you messaged me.
No, it was that day.
No, I don't remember.
It was like that night.
I don't remember that.
You said something about how the drugs were good the first time, but the second time not so much. I'll have to look.
Wait, was that him or back in the rave days?
Anyway, so Giselle, appreciate you messaging me and checking up on me, and of course, shout out to Fernando Xavier Hubbard.
No, not that guy.
No, not that guy. Shout out to him for checking up on me and everything like that.
Cochino.
Yeah.
Well, that's almost it for this week.
Exactly.
I wanted to end the mail this week, though, with one question. My friends and I had asked this question to each other, and I asked some cast members. I think I'm going to make maybe a meme and spread it around some in the groups. But it was just it was an interesting question that kind of shows where people stand with Disney movies and the Disney verse, so to speak.
I never watch them.
So, if you could completely erase one modern prolific film from the Disney universe, no sequels, nothing lame. It has to be a movie that mattered and something modern like 80s and current, or excuse me, like 90s and current. So like Little Mermaid era forward. Completely erase it from the Disney universe.
But why would you?
If you could erase one film, just get rid of it.
Animated?
Animated film. I mean, I guess if it wasn't animated, it would probably be one of the remakes, right? Or it wouldn't be like a true Disney or Pixar. One of my friends said The Incredibles. It never hit with them, right? That was one of their things.
Your ex-friend said that?
For me, no question, Frozen.
Yeah, we knew that when you asked the question.
It's completely unnecessary.
I think that was the only point of the question.
That's my
just so
answer.
You could badmouth Frozen yet again.
Hey, one of the girls in that was working the Frozen section in the animation building. All you have to do,
and this brings back to the whole debate with Last Jedi and all that stuff. It totally relates to that. If you don't like something, just don't freaking watch it.
Well, she's one of the.
You don't have to come up with some stupid quiz about if you could get rid of a Disney movie, which one would you get rid? I wouldn't get rid of any of them because they all belong.
Get rid of any movie
because somebody likes them.
Hey, Disney got rid of some of them because you don't see any merchandising for them.
Well, that's true.
So I mean,
one of the girls at the Frozen meet and greet inside the animation building, she said Coco. And she had some reasons why she just, for her, it didn't hit home.
I guarantee
and blah,
that
blah,
there's thousands of Mexicans that
I was going to say, if she's not Hispanic, her vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, I just want to talk about Coco. I finally saw it.
You finally did?
While I was recuperating.
Did you cry? Did you at least tear up?
Anyway.
Heartless.
No,
I didn't.
Heart.
It's well established that he's not a real Mexican.
I did not. I didn't tear up in Coco at all, and I'm a sap. I'll
cry
in just about every movie.
Crying at what part?
Any part.
The ofrenda at the end.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Didn't do it for me.
When you found out Coco died,
she was old. Of course she was going to die.
I think it might have meant more to Hispanics because of the ofrenda thing. If you've ever built an altar, like that kind of gets to you.
Okay,
maybe I don't know if you did or not, but it kind of.
We've never done that, but a lot of that stuff that was in the movie.
Sure some of that your grandma.
Oh, of course. Keep eating when you're friggin' full.
Yeah.
No, you got to keep eating. So
I've been to I went to your grandma's house many times.
And you had tamales.
And I had many tamales, and I bought many tamales, and I ate much at your grandma's house. So I know that there's some of that stuff in your family. So
yeah, I liked the movie a lot. It was really awesome. So I got to see it.
Regardless of what Anthony thinks, I think it's an interesting question.
I don't.
I'm curious what people have to say. So if you have an opinion. Rachel or Nancy or
too much controversy.
Giselle. It doesn't. No one's going to judge anybody.
I think I stand by my stance that Disney already did that because you don't see anything for the Rescuers. You don't see anything for Atlantis, Dinosaur. I finally saw something for Brave.
Really?
Yeah, they have the bear cubs as a stuffed animal. I saw it. I think at Knickknacks.
But you know what? When you have so much properties, it's hard to keeping
but they erase them. Just like I'm not going to get into this debate again, but the original princesses are being erased.
Oh, I agree.
Snow White especially.
But you're talking about going way back. I mean, if you want to talk about, but that's them just not having time or
Good Dinosaur.
Do you think
to? Oh yeah, don't even get me started on how many people have Good Dinosaur at the bottom of their Pixar list.
That's sad.
When it should be top 10 to me. But
do you think that they'll ever get rid of the Snow White ride at Disneyland? Do you think they'll change it?
No.
That's a for sure forever.
I think it's a lock.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
All right, so that's going to do it for this edition of the MousePIRE Podcast. We appreciate you guys taking your time to listen to our show on our birthday.
Yay! Happy birthday.
3 years.
Happy birthday!
And none of you gave us anything. So rude.
We gave us your presents.
I'm not talking to you.
Our presents.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
Talking to the listeners.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted a cake.
Yeah, you guys gave us nothing.
Where's our cake and ice cream?
Anthony wants a cold
especially,
nom.
Especially for Diggs and I, because we've been here for the whole 3 years. And
listen, what we'd really like is a reasonable size portion of unicorn bark.
Ooh.
If you can send any of us a message, we'll give you an address, and you can send us some unicorn bark in the mail. That's what we want, all four of us, right? Can we agree that that's the one thing that all four of us would be all about?
I mean, I'm not going to turn it down.
I have no opinion on that.
All right, so don't forget, you guys want to go check out all the stuff that's going on in Bugs Land before close. You have until September 4th.
Remember, position yourself by the door for extra spins. Trust me on this.
Spin yourself over and get your tickets for Mickey's Halloween party. 2 dates are sold out, the 12th and the 5th, I believe, of October.
Mark my words, they'll be sold out by the end of the month.
Yeah.
Aren't D23 tickets for sale already?
No.
Not till August.
Oh, okay.
And we have Christmas coming up in the parks on November 9th.
Christmas is July.
I know. Christmas in July. There you go. That's when we start talking about it. So you can start planning your travels over to the Disneyland Resort and enjoy your Christmas time with all the holiday festivities going on.
The lights and the candlelight procession.
And the return of holiday fatness, holiday food.
Festival of
Fatness. Yes, all that stuff coming back. And hopefully this year they will go ahead and do a sip and savor pass for APs again. And we can enjoy some yummy treats over there. But yeah, all that stuff coming up.
Make sure you guys get over there and check out some memory refreshers over there at Bing Bong's Not So Sweet.
You know what? Maybe I need to have some of those so I can start remembering stuff.
You need like every one of them.
You know what it'll do? It'll give you the memory of make sure I take my insulin.
Needs to open a tab over there.
Yeah,
right.
Good idea.
So make sure you guys get over there and check that out.
Do they have any memory refreshers with metformin on top?
I don't take that.
You thought it was funny because you get some.
Make sure you guys check us out on all the social medias and stuff so you guys can see what's going on. As far as anything from Comic-Con, I don't know. Just look at something.
Look at Twitter. It's all over the place.
Yeah, look at Twitter. It's all over the place. Just look up Comic-Con. Not going to expect this guy to go back and retweet anything from my timeline. He probably doesn't want to go through my Twitter at all. So it's pretty...
Who would?
No, so you can get us on Facebook. We're MousePIRE and all that. And then at Twitter. at Jack. No. At MousePIRE on the Instagram and the Twitters, and something about Snappies and MousePIRE and
on the snappers.
Snap to it.
Snap.
Yeah.
Wait, is that like Thanos?
What? Oh,
yeah,
Thanos.
Snap.
Bye.
And I can't snap with my left hand though.
Really?
So I would have had to have a right-handed gauntlet. Unless the gauntlet gives you the power to be able to snap.
Who are you, like, on the...
Oh, nobody needs to worry about who I am.
Oh, I mean, I'm the same guy I was the last time, but Tim-Fresh1 on Facebook. Mouse Lovers 1313's our fan group, and you should come check us out. And then you are...
I'm Dan. I'm Danzig77, DANSZIG77 on Instagram and Twitter. I'm also on...
Because he is on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter.
Ooh.
On the Extraordinary Culture Podcast, a new episode just dropped. We talk all kinds of stuff this time from Vans Warped Tour. Not Comic-Con. Comic-Con will be next month. Talk about Vans Warped Tour. We talk about Daniel Cormier in the UFC fight. LeBron coming to the Lakers. The All-Star break. Whole bunch of
come
different
talk
stuff.
about this stuff.
Defacing of the...
The defacing of the LeBron mural got discussed as well.
I'd like to talk about that, too.
Yeah, well, we'll do that next month. We're coming up next month.
Woo!
And when is...
I'm on another podcast, too, the Reach High Riverside podcast, because that's a professional podcast.
I was reaching higher.
It gets more listens than everything.
This is the school one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it has nothing to do with the school. It's just me and a counselor. We talk about stuff.
It's just education related.
Yeah, actually, this last one was kind of neat. She went to like a Marine boot camp for educators. They put her through a bunch of stuff. She did the bayonet course and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's actually cool to listen. She got some cool interviews.
Did she bayonet some books?
She bayoneted some books. Bayoneted some dollar bills.
And I understand we're going to be having a crossover with you guys.
Yeah, we're going to try to do that this next month. We had to.
Hey, I'm not down for that kind of stuff.
We had to delay it a little bit because this guy decided to have surgery.
Yeah, I decided to.
But yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to have a barbecue, maybe an extra episode of MousePIRE. It'll be our next.
We don't have
episode of Extraordinary Culture.
Any estimate of when that'll be? Or?
Yeah, what day of the week?
You got to give me the dates you were just talking about, and then I'll work it out from there.
Cool.
The end of the month kind of creeped on all of us.
Right.
Over Extraordinary Culture, just kind of got busy.
Likely what day of the week?
Which is why I haven't been on in a couple weeks.
Right.
It's just life.
Well,
life's getting back to normal now.
Well, now that we've all said who we are, who are you over there?
I don't know. I'm this guy with this tube in my belly, but I'm Diggs, and you can find me on Instagram at Baloo1313. Also follow Buttons by Diggs on Instagram. I will be opening my shop soon, and you can get your custom-made buttons for any occasion. Also, head over to dgpclothing.com and get your MousePIRE gear.
Hey, you like this shirt?
I love this shirt. Yeah. It's really nice. Dan's wearing his MousePIRE gear.
Yep.
So you can head over to dgpclothing.com. That's D as in Donald, G as in Goofy, P as in Pluto, clothing.com. Get your MousePIRE gear. And don't forget to head over to patreon.com/MousePIRE. Help support the podcast. And we're back on YouTube. Tim the Tech finally got his computer back from Apple.
Score.
All refreshed and brand new and everything ready to go. So
that's what we like to hear.
Yeah, episodes 135 and 136 are up now on YouTube. So head over there and listen to us on YouTube.
Cool.
Yeah.
Until next time, remember, nothing, and I mean nothing, ever really disappears from the internet, especially if you're a comedian. So for Don Cheadle, Jody Whittaker, and Shira, I'm Anthony.
I'm Tim.
I'm Dan.
I'm Diggs. Bye.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
It is.
This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of MousePIRE.com.
I'll leave a space so you can edit that out. Okay, edit it. Whoa. I know.
What happens when you sit next to Tim?
So for Don Cheadle, Jody Whittaker, and Shira, I'm Anthony.
I'm Tim.
I'm Dan.
I'm Diggs.
And I don't have this ready.